Terry Levine is a chief entrepreneur and mentoring expert at Entrepreneur LLC. Frustrated with the way she saw businesses treating prospects, customers, employees, and vendors, Terry decided to shift the business mindset and create a community of authentic business people who are disrupting how professionals communicate, sell, and market their companies. When she started her first consulting business, she got 30 clients in 30 days and has never looked back, while almost breaking $1 million in revenue in her first year. Since then, she has owned 6 very different businesses and turned them all into multi-million-dollar successes. She's helped over 5,000 business owners in 239 industries grow their companies while keeping CEOs true to themselves and their values. She holds a PhD in organizational behavior, is a master consultant and master certified guerrilla marketing trainer and coach, is accredited by the American Association of Business Psychology, a licensed hidden marketing assets consultant, a charter member of the Evolutionary Business Council, where she also serves as a co-leader and the Philadelphia ambassador for the organization. She's also a managing director of Polka Dot Powerhouse. How do you have time? And a coach for Exoteric and a mentor for Strongbrook Mentoring Network. She's traveled the world as a keynote speaker, author of 37 books and counting, and has been quoted in over 1,500 publications. As a best-selling author, keynote speaker, and radio host, she appears regularly in the media as a business coaching and consulting expert. Working with programs, shift leaders, employees, business owners, and entrepreneurs, she uses her years of business experience to take her clients to a place of complete authenticity, transparency, and a heart-based communication. Now that's all the, stuff she has done. I just want to take a real quick minute and say I had the honor of meeting her in May of this year. And honestly, when we met, it was an instant connection, and it was as if we were peas and carrots. What I love about Terry is that she really, truly does everything from the heart. Her purpose is to be and help you get results. It's not about her, it's what she can do for you. And that's one of the reasons why I think that we resonate the way that we do. I am blessed to call her my mentor, my coach, but more importantly, my friend and my sister from another mister. Now, normally she does not like, and she will say, please say, without applause. However, because by show of hands, how many of you have been to an event before or seen Terry speak? Please raise your hands. Okay, so we all know the value that she brings. So without further ado, everybody on your feet, and let's give a warm welcome to the stage, Terry Levine.
That's my without applause. Thank you. So let me tell you why I usually say without applause. I haven't done anything for you yet. At the end of the day, if I've created the kind of value that I intend to create, you can get on your feet and you can applaud, okay? How's that? Fair? Okay. So I'm really excited to have you with me. I'm going to tell you a little bit how the day's going to go, and I'm going to ask you to be present and in the moment with me. What does that mean? It means don't worry about the Wi-Fi code. Oh, I can't get on the Wi-Fi. Chillax. Don't worry, I need something to drink. Chillax, you'll be taken care of. It's too hot, it's too cold, I have somewhere to go after. What's going on in the hallway? The way to get the most juice and the most value is to be fully present, to be here, and to really be here in your heart. So the word heartrepreneur means to me that I give you the best of what I can give you, and I ask you to then pass it forward. So if I do good work in the world for my clients, I ask my clients to do good work in the world for their clients. Do we have that agreement? Yes. Good. I also will tell you, don't get that caught up in I can't see the flip chart. The flip chart is not for you. I'll say it again. The flip chart is not for you. I'm going to teach you everything that you need. What's going to appear on the flip chart is for the video cameras, okay? You're going to have everything you need. So if you do, I didn't get that, I didn't write that down. It's not about writing it down. It's about breathing it in, and it's about taking it in. Does that make sense? Who's with me? Good. I want to make sure you're with me. I'm going to be checking on you all day. So before I start teaching you the Facebook information, I have to actually make sure you understand who your clients are and what we're trying to do in terms of getting hot paying leads. Hot. I'm talking about people who are qualified and excited and want to work with you. So everything I teach is called reverse marketing. Most people market this way. Here's my stuff, here's my stuff, here's my business card, here's more of my stuff, here's this, here's that. Oh, nice to meet you. Let me tell you about my business. Now, I don't know what you do, but this is what I do, and I'm sure I could help you. Anybody ever run into that before? Ugh, how do you feel about that? Right? You want to back up from that. Instead, I'm going to teach you reverse marketing. So people raise their hand and they come to you. And they say, I'm really interested in working with you. Can you tell me about what you do and how it would look? How many of you want that? Okay, that's what I have all day long. And I'm just going to give you last week's statistic. In what I'm teaching you last week, I had 126 hot leads. Hot means they're qualified, they're excited, and they raise their hands saying, how do I get to work with you? Not me chasing them. Does that feel good? Yes. Anybody excited? Yes. Okay. And they're also going to be high paying. And I'm going to teach you why. Let's just think about it for a minute. Anybody in here want to make $1 million? Yes. Hands up? I should see everybody, right? Hands up. Okay. And by the way, if you have a money thing, oh, I don't like money, money's bad, money's the root of all evil, give it away to somebody who appreciates it. Earn it, give it to the homeless people. Just get, how many in here will be willing to take somebody's money if they're not happy with keeping $1 million? Yes, a lot of hands go up. Okay. So make $1 million because you can do good in the world. Does that make sense? Yes. All right. So here's what I want you to do. To make $1 million, do you want to sell a $1 item? How many would you have to sell? $1 million. Who wants to go find $1 million customers? Not me. Well, then you go, well, maybe I'll sell a $10 item. Do the math. How many do you have to sell? Yeah. Oh, okay, I'll do more. I'll do a $100 item. How many do you have to sell? Say it out loud. Okay, I'll sell a $1,000 item. How many do you have to sell? That's a heck of a lot of people. How many of you have 1,000 customers per year? Raise your hand. Okay, because it's a ridiculous thing. And let me just tell you, if I had 1,000 people in this room, I couldn't connect with people the way I will connect with all of you. I don't want 1,000 people. I want the right people that I can help and make a difference for. So if you have a product or an item that sells for more, which is part of what I'm going to teach you today, you don't need a lot of people to make a lot of money. Write that down. You don't need a lot of people to make a lot of money. Trust me. So Jocelyn told you that I've owned 6 different businesses. What she doesn't know, and I can't say with whom, but I formed a business partnership 2 weeks ago with someone else, and we're starting another company. And I just bought a company. So I do a lot of things, right? I was listening to that introduction thinking, who is she talking about? And I'm like, I do all that? And you know what? It's pretty easy when you don't have to work with a ton of clients, okay? So I'm not just about having a good earnings, I'm really about making a difference in the world, and I'm also about making a real difference for your clients. Real results, real outcomes. How many of you have bought something from a fake expert and did not get results? Raise your hand. Mm-hmm. Me too. $800,000 is what I spent in coaching, consulting, training, and mentoring over the past 40 years. $800,000. That's more than all my college degrees, my bachelor's, my master's, my PhD. It's more than all of that. And I've only had 2 true mentors that put money in my pocket. One that I cannot name because he doesn't mentor anyone else, and he wasn't a mentor till I said, I need you to mentor me. He said, I don't mentor. I need you to mentor me. And I kept pestering him, so one day he goes, fine, I'll give you 4 hours, it's $56,000, and you have to come to I have to be really careful here, to my island. And I said, whatever it takes. And I paid him $56,000, and he gave me one idea. One. And I never got to talk to him again. One idea, 4 hours. I went back home, and with that one idea, I made an extra $1 million. Do you think the next year I wasn't like, take my $56,000? Wow, that was quite a statement. Who would bet on that? Who would give me $56,000 if I handed you $1 million? You'd be crazy not to, right? So I can't mention him. And the other mentor, some of you follow me online, probably see me talking about him all the time. Does anybody know his name? Joel Bauer, okay? So Joel has been the mentor that has taught me the most, and I'll give a shout out to him. Actually, would have been at his event this past weekend, except I'm here for all of you. So here's what happened with Joel Bauer. I already was a professional speaker on stages since I'm 5 years old. And I decided I wanted to work with Joel. And he said, and I'll try and do my best, Joel, you don't need me. keep your money. I don't need your money. And I went, take my money. And he said, I have nothing I can teach you. And I said, yes, you do. And I spent 7 days with Joel 14 years ago. And the 10th day after I left him, I was speaking on a large stage. They had thousands of people in the room. And I was selling a product for $997. Normally, there's a large audience with a $900 product that's right for the audience, that's a really good fit. I'd be able to do about $90,000. That sounds pretty good, right? Oh, I thought that was really good. $90,000 in 90 minutes. Now, just so you know, the producer gets half of that. And then there's always a little bit of cancellations when a producer puts on an event and it's not your own. So that's okay. What if I made $30,000 in 90 minutes? Anybody okay with that? Yeah. So I was like, I'm really good at this stuff. I'm great. I connect with the audience. I learned from Joel. I get on the next stage, has the same number of people in the room that I'm used to speaking to, the same type of people. The event producer comes up to me and says, you were amazing. And I thought they're talking about my speech. And I thought, well, thank you. He said, no, what you made. I said, what do you mean? He said, do you know we have $1 million of sales? I said, that's a good day for you. He said, no, for you. You sold $1 million. I said, there's no way I could have sold $1 million. I only sold $997 product. I said, Terry, you sold $1 million. Now, I didn't get to keep all of it, right? He gets $500,000. I didn't quite get $500,000 because this producer had people pitching. Everybody been to a pitch fest? Yeah, that's what this was. So I pitched, somebody pitched, except I don't pitch. And what ended up is I probably made about $350,000. Is that pretty good? Is that better than like the $90,000 I thought I made before? I was like, Joel, oh my God. He's like, oh, I did have something I could teach you. And now I keep throwing money at him. And recently I said, I want consulting with you. He said, it's $25,000 for 1 hour. I said, fine. And he said, and I only take cash. And I ran to a bank. Called my husband back home. I said, I need you to go to the bank right now. I need them to wire $25,000. I'm at a branch here in LA. He's like, excuse me? I'm like, just do it. He's like, whatever. I stand at the branch. They go, all right, your wire's here. And they hand me the money. And they expect me to walk around LA with this. They hand me $1,000 bills, right? And I have $25,000. I'm like, I'm not going outside carrying this money. I'm going to get killed. I said, do you have a bag? They give me a plastic bag. I'm like, this feels very unsafe. Eventually, just coincidentally, one of my clients knew I was in the area. I texted him and I said, help. And he said, where are you? I said, I'm at the blah, blah, blah bank. He goes, you must be kidding. I go, no. He goes, I'm pulling into the parking lot. I'm like, are you kidding? Synchronistically, there he comes. He goes, all I have is I have my grocery bags from the back of the car. That'll work. I just don't want to walk in LA. And I handed Joel, walked back in, counted out my 25 grand, because to me, he's worth it. All right, that's a real expert. If you're thinking of hiring someone, you may just want to run the person by me. How many of you are my clients? Raise your hands. I love you guys. Thank you. Before you hire someone or try their program, even if it's $20, you might want to check with me. I've probably tried it. I've had over 5,000 clients, so one of my clients probably has tried it. Because here's what I want. I want you to learn so that you earn, and not to spend money on more false experts. Got it? Yes. All right, got it. All right, want to make sure we're clear. So let me tell you, there's a lot of things I'm going to teach you today that might be a little bit revolutionary. They might be unusual, they might be unheard of. Is anybody used to that with me? My goal is to double your qualified hot prospects by 10 to 20% in the next 60 days. Good? I don't know. If it's not good, we'll go. Is it good? All right, I just want to make sure. And to help you get another 10 to 20% more clients using Facebook, and I want to make a point of this. I really don't do any other marketing. I really don't do any other marketing. I spend my time on Facebook because I get results. In the past year, with 0 Facebook ads, I don't like to give my money to Facebook. How many of you have done Facebook ads? Raise your hand. How much money have you made? Shout out the large numbers. Where are the large numbers? 40,000. That's good. Anybody else? 0 ads, $1.7 million in 14 months, a little longer now, 14 months. $1.7 million in 14 months, 0 ads. 0 ads. I'm going to say it again. I don't like to spend money, and I'm not going to have you spend money, I'm going to have you make money. Everything that I ask you to spend money on is an investment. An investment. I invest in Facebook. I own a boatload of Facebook stock. That's my investment. So keep doing ads. Keep doing ads because I make a lot of money from ads, okay? That's it. I really do own a lot of Facebook stock. I bought it early. It made sense to me. I didn't realize at the time how many dollars it would make for me, okay? I don't give Facebook any other money. I have no desire to pay Facebook because what I'm going to teach you is how you use Facebook to make a lot of money. You earn money from Facebook. The only other marketing I do isn't really marketing for me. I happen to have a radio show. I have a radio show because I love interviewing people. I'm this curious mind. So I get to interview people for fun. It doesn't make any money. We don't take ads. Not interested in doing that. That's little piddly money. I write blogs and I get paid as a blogger. That's a couple of $100, maybe $900 a month. Big deal. I write columns for newspapers and magazines. I'm a writer, in case Jocelyn, I think, made the point. 37 books and counting. I have 7 more books that'll be out between 2017 and 2018, and I have 9 more under contract after that. So I need time to write. I have a freedom lifestyle. People call it the laptop lifestyle. I may have heard of laptop. Okay, I don't want a laptop. Freedom lifestyle is I go where I want, I do what I want. I don't have to be on a laptop. That's freedom to me. Anybody want real freedom? Real freedom. Be with your kids, be with your church, be with yourself, be with spirituality. That's what I have. That's what I'm going to gift to you today. Okay? I'm going to give it to you. So what else do? I speak. And there's a reason that I speak. I have been on stages since I'm 5 years old. I started on a large stage at the age of 5. I then did 2 TV commercials. I did a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. And I did a Jell-O commercial with who? Bill Cosby. I sure did. And let me just tell you, forget his reputation today. Let me just tell you this. He was the sweetest, most awesome person because he said, we're going to do this in 1 take. And they went, it's a 5-year-old. It's never going to happen. He said, we're going to do it in 1 take. And he called me over and he said, you're just talking to me. It's just you and me. Forget everybody else. So this is what we're going to do. And I said, oh my gosh, what a sweet man, right? I'm like so excited. He's like my uncle or something. Sat down, did the commercial in 1 take, and they went, oh my God, she was magnificent. It wasn't me at all. It was the way he prepped me, okay? And so then I've been on stages ever since then. Why do I continue to speak? I have a huge mission and a huge goal. And that is to pay the Heartrepreneur movement forward. Right now, we have thousands of people that are becoming Heartrepreneurs. With the business alliance that I just made, we will probably have 100,000 Heartrepreneurs in 6 months. And my goal is to have millions, millions. I want to transform the way business is done, especially today. Everybody's a number. Nobody really seems to care. Vendors aren't treated well. Employees aren't treated well. There's massive turnover. There's retirement. That's people are being forced to retire too young, too early. Most people retire and can't even live. We don't even know if there's going to be Social Security left. So I take away all that fear, and I want to continue to do that. So yes, I travel around the world. I speak on stages all around the world. Croatia, Slovenia, Turkey, Israel, the UK, Scotland, I can go on and on. So I can impact more and more people, and they can pass it forward. And I just can't stop writing because I'm an addict. So I just admit that. I really enjoy writing. So just remember, there's nothing that I do that's a marketing purpose. You mentioned that I'm managing director of Polka Dot Powerhouse. How many Polka Dot sisters in the room? My Polka Dot sisters. So you can ask any of us what that is. I'm part of that because it's a women's connection company. And I'm not necessarily a part of it because it's a business opportunity. For me, I don't have a lot of time in my schedule to just hang and have fun with a bunch of women. And Polka Dot Powerhouse gives me the ability to connect. Sorry, men, they only take women in this group. We can have a male thing like that. All right, so just remember, a lot of what I teach you, you might go, no, somebody else told me not to do that, or somebody else told me something different. Ask yourself this question. Did they do $1.7 million on Facebook? Because I'm going to tell you, I speak on a lot of social media stages, a lot of them. And the green room conversation goes like this. Well, I'm going to speak on Facebook too. Awesome, great. What's your technique? Fabulous, fantastic. How did you do last year? Well, I took out ads, and I did about 20,000, sometimes 50. I think the most I ever heard was 62,000. And I said, and you're telling them to do that? Absolutely, yeah, they're going to spend money on ads. I said, so how much do you earn a year? Well, I make like 100 grand. And you spend 60,000 on ads and you make 100,000. That's not the kind of money I want to make. I just tell you, it's not the kind of money I want to make. So they go on stage and they say their little thing. And the next person goes on and they say something completely different, right? So recently somebody was teaching something on Facebook and I was in the audience with a zip lip. And they said, oh, you don't need to do that on Facebook. That's only for Twitter. And I'm like, not right. So I can just tell you, I'm sort of like an idiot savant when it comes to Facebook. This is what I study. Every day, 2 hours on algorithms, every single day. This is what I know. This is like all I know. And I know it really, really well. So I may tell you some things that somebody else has told you, and all I have to say is go call that person and say, how much money did you make on Facebook with 0 ads? That's all. Just saying. My niece always says this. Just saying, Auntie, just saying. So the system I'm going to do with you today, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps. Literally, we're going to go step by step through every single thing. And just know that nothing you're going to do is going to be salesy. Entrepreneur doesn't need to sell anything. And I'm going to give you an example of that. I have this to offer everyone in the room. It's a purple Sharpie. And it actually is a beautiful color. Yes, it is, isn't it? And it writes really well, and you can use it on flip charts. It's amazing. Now, normally, this would sell for $1,199. But just today, I'm going to put a big red slash through it. Today and today only, I'm going to sell it for $12. And it's only today. And it's only for the first 2 people who run up to the front of the room. There you go, I'll sell it to you. I knew I'd be able to sell it. That's not exactly my way of selling. This is my way of selling. You guys, I have this purple Sharpie, and I happen to love purple. It's my favorite color. How many people like purple? Awesome. So that's what it looks like, and it writes really well. And by the way, I've had the Sharpie for 3 years, and I use it a lot. I don't know why it keeps lasting. I'm like, isn't this empty yet? Anyway, it's my favorite one. I did only bring one, and if anyone's interested in having it, just let me know. That's it. That's how I sell. Got it? Yeah. There's no pressure. If somebody wants it, they can have it. If they don't want it, that's okay. And I don't take it personally. I don't go, oh, nobody wanted my purple Sharpie. Something's wrong with me. I didn't do very well. It doesn't matter. People come for what they need. Does that make sense? People come for what they need. How many of you know that I don't follow up? I don't follow up. Now that might seem, my clients are like, yeah, we know that. I don't go, oh, well, you said you wanted to work with me, and that was like a few months ago. So, you know, do you still want to work with me? Did you want to hire me? Are you thinking about hiring me now? Is this a good time? Is this a better time? What do you think? Is today a good day? You know where to reach me. You know where to find me. I make an offer. Would you like to work with me? And if the answer is yes, great. And if it's no, perfectly great too. Make sense? Yes. Okay. How many of you follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up? Be honest. Come on. Let's see your hands. That's all? Okay. It's what everybody tells you. Yep, it's what everybody tells you. All right. So we're going to talk about, let me see, I think I actually wrote some notes up. Don't worry about the flip chart. I'm going to repeat that again. It's for the camera and not for you. I will tell you everything you need to know. I want you to either grab a piece of paper or you can keyboard this, whatever works for you. I just want you to think for a moment for yourself so that I can get your goals aligned for Facebook. I want you just to write down what your 3-year vision is. And the 3-year vision to me is your why. Why do you do what you do? Why do you do what you do? You can sell anything. You can sell anything. You could have any business. Why this business? business? Why that business? Why did you choose what you chose? What's your why? My why in Heartrepreneur is I'm sick of the way people do business. I don't like it. I didn't like it when I was an employee, president of a national healthcare company. I didn't like the way vendors were treated, contractors were treated. I didn't like it. And I don't like it as a consumer when I go into a store and I'm ignored. I went to buy a car and I wasn't dressed really well. I just came in jeans and a t-shirt with cash to buy a car. And I was completely ignored. And I finally walked up, there was a gentleman, and I'm like, you've helped like everybody but me. And this is what I got. Oh, why don't you come back with your husband, dear? No. Is this 2017? Am I in the right place? 2017, right? And I said, I would just like to show you something. And I showed him my cash. And I said, I'm going to another dealer who appreciates me. He ran. He was running. And I said, you're not getting my business. I wouldn't take a free car from you. What you are getting is slammed on social media. That's what you're getting. I don't think you know I have a couple million followers, but do your thing. Okay? If you do good by me, do I promote you all over social media? How many of you? Yes. And if you do bad by me, what do? I tell a story on social media too, because I'm about teaching people how to do business the right way. That's my why. So jot down what your why is. Your 3-year, why the heck am I doing this? I can't get you to use Facebook correctly unless you actually know what your why is. Then you're going to write down your what. And your what is a 1-year goal. What do you want to have happen a year from today? A year from today, what do you want to have happen? So I know for me, a year from today, I want to have impacted 100,000 people. And we're not calling it a Heartrepreneur movement anymore. It's the Heartrepreneur cause.
Oh, I love that.
You like that?
I love
Awesome. It's a cause. It's bigger than a movement. So a year from today, my what is 100,000 Heartrepreneurs as part of the cause to change the way business is done. So write down your what. And again, you really can't get on Facebook to do what I'm going to teach you unless you have some clarity. You won't even know what you're doing on Facebook. By the way, most people go to Facebook without even thinking about these things. The third thing I'm going to teach you mostly today is your 90-day strategy. How am I going to get all those eyeballs? How am I going to get all of those hot paying clients? And then you're going to leave here today with knowing this week's actions. What do I have to do now? Sometimes people leave a seminar or a workshop and they say, oh, I have all these ideas, I don't know what to do with them. And then they stick them on the shelf. That's called shelf help. I'm not here to be shelf help. You've got enough shelf help. Who has lots of shelf help at home? Me too. I had so much at one point, my husband said, if you don't get rid of some of those binders, the house will fall down. It's like ridiculous. So I'm going to make sure that you leave with a 90-day plan and that you have this week's actions. Clear? All right. Whenever I hear like noise, that verifies my point, so I like that a lot. All right, now we're going to do my freedom exercise. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this. I see you guys, they're going like, oh, we're still in the flip chart. I better see it. I want you to take a piece of paper, and I want you to draw a line down the middle and a line across it. So you have 4 boxes. Line down the middle, line across it, make 4 boxes. 4 boxes. This exercise is really going to help you get clear on what you should be charging. And I'm going to tell you that almost everyone in here isn't charging enough. How many of you think you might not be charging enough? Raise your hands. How many of you are sure you're not charging enough? Okay. So the first question is, how much do you want to earn per client? So what I mean is you have one client, and that client's going to give you money for a 6-month period. How much money do you want to earn from just one client over the next 6 months? One client over 6 months. Just pick one. Yep. one client, how much do you really want to make? If you could make money, I'm going to be real blunt. Why would I want to make a low price? So when I answer this, I answer it as my highest price client. Does that make sense? Okay? If I could have a client that's $1,000 or one that's $25,000, which one would I want to talk about? $25,000, because I need a lot of $1,000 clients to equal $125,000. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So over the next 6 months, how much do you want to earn per client? And I'm pretty sure most of you probably won't have the biggest number that you can there. So I want you to really think a little bit, what do you really want to earn? Not what are you earning today, what do you really want to earn? And I also want you to think about the clients that might not be energizing, or the work that might not be energizing. And I'm just going to give you my best advice. How many of you have heard my Bob Newhart advice? Stop it. Stop it! Stop it! Just stop it! Don't do any work that's not energizing, not gratifying, and doesn't bring you joy. If I continued to do that, 22 years ago, I wouldn't have walked out in corporate America as president of a national healthcare company and said, adios, I'm out. The work was no longer energizing for me. Everybody got that? Okay. And by the way, I want to add this. Imagine, as we do these 4 boxes, that there are no limits. There's no limits. So see if you change that number. Just want to take that away. There's no limits. So here in my box, my number is 25,000, and that's what I do with my highest level strategic planning and consulting clients. Okay? Here in my box is 25,000. I don't.
6 months. Yes.
Mm-hmm. By the way, what do I charge for a strategic one day? Does anybody know? Some of you pay 25,000. So I actually get that in 1 day per one client. Okay? So that's why I'm saying I want you to take off limits. Take off the limits. Now, we're going to really talk about who your perfect client is. So this is this box, your perfect client. It says characteristics of your perfect client. What do I mean by characteristics? Well, let me give you some characteristics of my perfect client. Number 1, they're coachable. Number 2, they are willing to create a list of about 5,000 people, whether it is through social media or it's through email. I need them to have 5,000 people. Number 3, they're implementers. They're implementers. They're not just going to go, yeah, I heard everything you said, but you know, I asked my husband, and my husband said not to do that. He said something else. Great. How much did you pay your husband for the consulting advice? How many of you have done this? You got consulting advice, and you ask somebody who either wasn't there, doesn't know, or how many of you consulted the stars, prayed on it, or hoped the law of attraction would bring it to you? I see it every day, okay? So I co-authored a book several years ago with Dr. Joe Vitale. How many of you know Dr. Joe? It was way before he was Dr. Joe. I've known Joe for a very, very long time. We used to travel together. We used to do radio shows together. We created a lot of products together. And I also know Jack Canfield. How many of you are Jack Canfield people? Awesome. Did Rena ever make it, Helen? Yes. Okay, there she is. Awesome. And so I can tell you by conversations with, I can go through literally Michael Beckwith, Reverend Michael Beckwith. I can go through lots and lots of people from the movie The Secret. I know a lot of them. And I can tell you that none of those people sit around going, bring me clients, bring me money. They don't do it. Jack Canfield works. Joe Vitale works. Anybody on his email list? You can get 7 emails a day. Do you think he's not doing something? He's writing books, he's appearing in movies, he's making music all over creation right now. I was with Michael Beckwith for lunch, which was a wonderful experience. And he was telling me about all his projects and how busy he was and all the work he has to do. The law of attraction has a really important word in it. What's the word? Action. action. Okay? And by the way, I don't go consult somebody other than the source. So if Joel Bauer said, so I'm telling the truth, you need to wear this outfit, I go, what? This is so not me. How many of you like know me and see me dressed differently than this when I'm not standing up, right? I don't dress like this normally. If I'm investing all that money in a mentor and he knows what he's doing, am I going to go home and go, Jocelyn, what do you think I should wear? What would you wear if you were me? Or would I go, I guess Joel must know. So here's what happened. This is just to give you an example. My signature color is bright pink. It was on my very first book called, does anybody know the title of my first book? Oh my gosh, like, Work Yourself Happy. So that was the color. So I started to wear this bright pink. So I had this pink leather suit made, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna wear that every time I speak. And Joel said, no, you're not. And I said, what? He said, you're going to wear black, you're going to wear pearls, you're gonna wear high collar. I'm just telling you, it gets attention and credibility, and that's what you wear on stage. And I went, it's not my personality. I said, okay, do your thing. So I tested it. I wore my outfit, and then I wore Joel's 2 days later when I spoke. And there was a world of difference. Hence, I wear this all the time. How many of you have seen me in a similar outfit who've seen me speak? Yeah, okay, that's what I wear. I need to listen to my mentor. So you need to pay attention and you need to also listen. What are those characteristics that you want in your clients? What do you want? I know that I want people who take action and implement. I know my 3 characteristics. So jot down, you might have a 4th. I have one that's absolutely mandatory. All my clients have to have a sense of humor. Do we laugh or do we laugh? We laugh a lot. Helen, do we laugh? Right, sometimes to a fault. But it's really important for me. Your perfect client, by the way I like to look at a perfect client is they will get the results and they will get the outcome. So if I just hand this to a client, Donna is a client, and say, here you go, awesome, can I have your money in exchange? Fantastic, great, good luck to you. That's a ridiculous relationship, yet I've been in those. Instead, it's this. Let's do this together. How can I help you? How can I support you? You own this. You're in control of this. I'm just here to help you and to guide you. Now, if you need help, come back to me. I want you to do a little bit of it on your own. Okay? And then if she needs me, what does she do? That's exactly right. Okay? And then we do it together again. Does that make sense? That's my perfect client. So what's your perfect client? What are those characteristics? It'll be different for all of you. How many of you have sold a product or service to someone and they've never implemented it? Okay? So while it is on them, correct? It is on them. So if I buy makeup from Cami, where are you, Cami? Right? And I get this wonderful makeup and skincare treatment and I never use it, that's on me. However, you want to make sure your client implements. How's that eyeshadow working for you? How's it going? Can I help you? Let me see, right? That's how you do it. Does that make sense? I bought a wonderful drink from Dee. Dee, put your hand up. Awesome. If I didn't drink it, how would I be able to say if it got results? So part of it for me is the client has to implement. And your ideal client, that's who we're going to look for, has to have some of these characteristics. So I want you to really get clear on that. If an ideal client for you, just to give you an example, if you say, I want them to spend $25,000 with me, do you think that they're making $60,000 a year? I would hope not. Okay? Does that make sense? Yes. So you want to think who's ideal. Now, sometimes people are networking and hanging out with people that don't have the kind of wealth they want. And one of the people who noticed this early on was Joe Vitale. And he said, my audience on my email list talks about abundance, but they're in lack. And what we came to find out after studying this over a period of time is a lot of people who were talking about spiritual abundance and law of attraction are in the most lack. Why do you think that is? No action. They take less action. Joe studied his audience and said, they're not taking action. And so over time, he refocused his energy and his efforts in a very different way. Does that make sense? You have to understand your target audience. Plus, he didn't want people who could pay $100. That's not the kind of money that he wanted to make for what he's trying to do in the world. By the way, if you don't have at least 3 characteristics, anybody not have at least 3? So everybody's good? And all day long, please be honest. I can't help you unless you're honest with me. So let's think about this in my business. I do want to make a minimum of $1 million a year. Does anybody know why? It's cool. It's a cool number.
Because 90% of your income goes to your foundation.
90% of my earnings goes to the Terry Levine Foundation for Children with Reflex Sympathetic Dystrophy. I'm very blessed and fortunate that at this point in my life I can do reverse tithing. I am very blessed and fortunate. So if I don't make $1 million minimum, I don't have a lot of money to give the foundation, which is the most important priority other than my family. It's very important to me. So when I'm looking at this, I need to say to myself, how many $25,000 clients do I want and do I need? That takes an entire day for me. And you're probably going, big deal, it's an entire day, it's 25 grand. An entire day for me is a lot. It's giving my brain power for a long period of time, and it's actually exhausting. It's mentally and physically exhausting. How many of you have done 1 days with me? Raise your hands. Right. Right. It's exhausting. How many of you do 1 days with your clients? Raise your hand. Yeah. You can get very tired because your brain is on overdrive. I don't want to do a lot of those. I don't choose to do a lot, and I limit the number. I'm very cautious on the number, and I know just how many I can do. So then I go, well, how else can I make money? Oh, I can sell an ebook for $10. No. I can create a product for $49. Come on, how many of you have products? Hands up. I find almost no one making $1 million has products. I'm going to say it again. Almost no one making $1 million has products, because what you're teaching people to do is spend very little money with you because you're not really worth it. I'm going to say that again. You're teaching people you don't need to spend a lot of money with me. I can give you a result. By the way, how many of you ever sold products and you don't know if people even open them, read them, or look at them? Raise your hand. Come on. How many of you have ever bought a product and you've never opened it, looked at it, me too? So I don't sell products. I only want to give people real results and real outcomes, or I don't want their money. I'm not going to sell you a $49 product and then go, here, Nan, you've got my product, go do it by yourself. Good luck. Because I don't know if she's ever going to open it or do it. I never want to do that. I want to make sure a client's going to get a real, true result with real value. So how many of you have the F word? Funnels, raise your hand. Okay. I call it the F word because it's a really great way to make Russell Brunson and a lot of other people that have them really wealthy. I actually know what Russell makes per month. You would fall on the floor. Russell Brunson really came up with ClickFunnels. There's a few other people doing funnels now. There's about 10 of them. They're all making great money because they charge you a monthly fee. And it's a great model for them. It's not a good model for human beings. It's not a entrepreneur model. Come on into my funnel and buy this low-price doomahickey. Oh, wait, before you go. One time and one time only, you can get upsold to this. And it's your only time. If you don't do it now, you'll never see this offer again. Okay, you plunk in your credit card, spend more. Wait! You know now that you have this, you really should get the bells and whistles. And that's only another $300. It's the only time you're ever going to see this. If you miss this, you'll never see it again.
And if you don't get it, everything else you purchased,
Yeah, and if you don't get it, the stuff you purchased really won't work. That's not heart-to-heart authentic business. Authentic business is, I really want to give you a result, Marlene. 100% want to give you a result. So I'm going to give you a result. It's going to cost you. You need to invest. And I'm going to guarantee, with a triple lock guarantee, that you'll get back your investment. If that works for you, I'd love to do business with you. And if it doesn't, good luck in implementation. That's my model. Anything you're disagreeing with, because I love the faces, in this room, try it on and wear it around. You came to learn from me today. Try it on, wear it around. At the end of the day, at 5 o'clock, if it's really uncomfortable, like a tight pair of jeans, you're like, oh, I really can't breathe, I should have put these jeans on. Not that I've ever experienced that. Then when you walk out the door, you can drop it on the floor. I'm just telling you what works, what's proven. I've been doing this for 22 years, 7 different businesses, 5,000 clients. It's formulaic and it works. I won't answer questions at this point, but jot them down and I will take questions a little bit later. All right. Now, what are the 3 things you need to do to really get a client a result? 3 things you need to do to get a client a result or an outcome. 3 things, which is why it can't be some cheapo product. Okay? Because you can't do anything. How many of you have ever bought a book and not read it? Oh my God, right? My Kindle has so many books on it. One day I'm like, oh my God, these are all really interesting. What else does Amazon have? And I'm buying more. Right? Does anybody do that, or is it just me? I'm like an Amazon junkie. Somebody mentions a book at a seminar, I go to my iPad, I buy the book, and I'm like, oh, here it goes with all my other books, right? It's just a thing. It's what I do. Oh, I'm a book maniac. So what are the things you have to actually do to get clients a result? So I know what I have to do. Number 1, I have to help my client create a high-ticket signature program, at least $1,500 to $3,000, never less for a client. Number 2, I have to teach them a system to get automated leads. What do I use for that? Facebook. Nope, automated leads come from webinars. Some of you should have known that, my clients. Webinars. And number 3, I have to teach them how to convert people without selling. I need to teach people those 3 things. If that's all I do, teach those 3 things all day long, my clients can be successful. What 3 things do you have to ensure people have to get the outcomes that you want? Jot those down. Box number 3 over here. It's kind of called earning the money. This is where you really earn the money. You help people get real results. Real results. Earn your money. Help people get real results. As we go through the day, I'm going to model a lot of this, and I'm going to show it to you. And in the afternoon, we're going to be using the things that you're writing to figure out what you actually need to be doing on Facebook. So that's why you have to do this kind of pre-work first. And then at the very end, how many clients would you need to 10x what you're earning now? Anybody want to 10x your earnings? Hands up. Okay, not sure about that table. Okay, just checking. All right, so how many clients would you need to 10x your earning? So the amount of money you want to earn per client, how many of those do you need to 10x your earning? By the way, it might make you boost this number up. By the way, it might make you boost that number up. How many clients would you need to 10x your earning? So let's just say that I wanted to make $250,000, and right now I was charging $5,000 a client. How many clients would I need today? 50. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a lot of hunting. And I don't want to hunt. I just want to focus on my clients. When I have clients, that's all I care about. I call them my client family members. They're as important as my family. They're my extended family, okay? I don't want to find 50. Let me go find 50. Are there more? Where do I have to find? All I'm doing is looking for people. I have no interest in hunting. I have interest in connecting heart to heart. So let's say I changed that number and I said, well, I don't want to earn $5,000 per client. I want to earn 10 and I want to make $250,000. How much do I need? 25. Half the number. Oh, that sounds easy. 25. That's like 2 people a month. Certainly I can find 2 people a month that would like my products or services. Does that feel better to anybody? You just need 2 people every month. Now I want to 10x what I'm earning. So let's just say I was earning $250. What's 10x? Are you guys doing your math? One person, loud. I'm 10xing what I'm, 10 times. You're multiplying, 2.5 million. Thank you. 2.5 million instead of 250,000. Got it? Yeah. Okay. So then how many clients would I need if I'm getting 10,000 a client? 250. That's a heck of a lot of people. I don't want to do that many. You might want to relook at this number. Got it? That's my point of doing this, because a lot of people go, I want to earn 6 figures next year. I want to earn 7. What are you charging? Well, I sell a $7 ebook, and then I sell a course for $99, and to a handful of people, I sell a program for $1,500. Your formula is broken. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. By the way, I'm doing a documentary video, and got a lot of statistics that are quite interesting. One statistic is the average life coach who works full-time in 2016, full-time as defined by them, 30 hours or more, made $27,000. If you're using the word coach in your name, remove it. The average consultant in 2016, working full-time, defined as 36 to 40 hours, earned $272,000. Did you catch my point? Yes. Okay. I shouldn't even be saying this. I used to own a coach training school. I've trained 5,800 coaches. I have a franchise in Turkey and Israel. And I tell every coach, do not call yourself a coach. It is considered one of the lowest professions because when I first started 22 years ago, there weren't a lot of us. Master certified coaches, I was one of the first 5. There was a handful of us. All of a sudden, everybody saw this coaching thing and went, yeah, me too. I'm a coach. What training do you have? Where'd you go to school? What skills do you have? What makes you a coach? Do you know the 12 core coaching competencies? Or did one day you wake up and go, ta-da, I'm a coach? Coaching actually has skill sets to it. How many of you are literally trained as a coach, not just say that you're a coach, hands in the air? Great. And I know a lot of you in the room say you're coaches. And then it became a really big thing with direct selling companies because I work in those and I train those. And they go, we're going to call everybody coaches. You're a health coach and you're a beauty coach. And, no, they're not. And I do not mean to diss any of my friends in those industries. I just mean to say coaching is a real profession. It has core competencies and ways that we coach and skill sets. And when you hire somebody, if they say they are a coach, ask them where they got their training. Life experience. No, thank you. I'll keep my money, okay? A consultant has a much bigger set of tools, and we bring in coaching as one competency. A consultant gets paid more. Let's just think about this. I actually know everything you need to do on Facebook. I have it all. You just hired me to be your coach. You know the answers. If you did know the answers, what would you do? That's literally what a coach needs to say if you really follow, right? How many of you really have gone to coaching school and understand? We cannot give advice. We cannot give advice. It violates all of our ethics. I'm sorry, why would I pay for this? Because do you know the answers? Are you a Facebook expert? No, you hired me, but if you did know, what would the answer be? I don't freaking know, okay? Right? So as a consultant, I can do this. I actually have the answers, so I'm going to teach you the Facebook thing. However, some of this I need you to figure out because these answers you have. I'll help you and I'll guide you. Go ahead and do your best to answer these questions, and then let's work together. See how you can blend the two? Okay. So you're going to get like all of my side commercials because there are things that I'm very passionate about, and they'll just show up like that. All right, so your most valuable activity every single day is just focusing on these clients. And that's why I don't like funnels. Believe me, my $25,000 clients do not come through a funnel. They don't. Where do they come through? Facebook. Or I've met them, okay? Either I've met them or they come from Facebook. So did anybody see the post that I put on my Facebook the other day saying I was thinking of doing a one-time, taking my $50,000, which is a corporate program, you saw it. And I wasn't sure I was going to do this. I really, and I was not sure. I said, I'm thinking of taking one client, it's normally $50,000, and doing an experiment. Taking someone, it's their whole company, and doing it for 10 grand, just to get a ridiculous case study. I'm just thinking about it. Anybody see how many comments and I got on that? Lots, right? 5 direct messages. First person said, I really want to do this, but I can't do it for a year. I said, if I do it again, I'll let you know. Second person said, I know somebody who wants to do this. I said, do I know them? No. I said, I'm not going to take somebody for this and discount it that much. Third person said, I'm in, where do I send the money? This is ridiculous that you're doing it for 10 grand. Are these other people just dumb? And I said, it's kind of a funny thing to come up with, but no, I don't think they're dumb. I think they're not ready for whatever reason. And I didn't look at the other 2. So third person had James call her and say, look, if you're really in, you need to be full in. You need to give me your credit card now, as Terry has 2 others. And she said, it's me. This is like an answer to my prayer. I wanted the 50,000. I've been meditating and dreaming and putting energy in the air going, Terry, just do it for less one day. And I'm like, well, I must have heard you because I have never done this before. Okay, where did I find the client? Facebook. Does that make sense? Yeah. Did I do an ad? No. I did a post and I engaged my audience. By the end of the day, you'll be doing the same thing. Is that good? Yeah. Is that great? Yeah. I think so. Okay. So there's one other thing that we need to do before we go to Facebook. And that is to understand that everything you do is to create leads. And you have to have a system to create leads. I still see you guys are like, what's on the board? Don't worry about the board, I'm telling you. First step, you're going to focus on what kind of clients? Highest paying. Highest paying. Do I want to sell a $7 item or do I want to sell a $7,000 item? 7,000. I want a freedom lifestyle and I want to give money to my foundation. Number 2, only perform the highest paid activities for clients. I told you the 3 results that I get. Does anybody remember them?
Create a signature program.
Very good. That was awesome.
To create automated leads.
Automated leads, yep. And 3? Awesome. Convert people without selling. Way to go. That's all I do. Okay, that's all I do. So identify who the highest paid clients are, identify the activities you have to do for them. I'm going to say this probably 20 times today. Focus only on high paying clients. I do not care if anybody buys any of my books. What? Why do you write books then? For therapy? Maybe, Jocelyn. My books sell because there's a marketing plan behind them, and I want to reach people, particularly in other countries that can't afford my books. My books are translated into many languages. They're available around the world. Many of my books are international bestsellers. I go to another country like Croatia, and these people had my books and were like in tears about my books, okay? I know I'm making a difference and I'm impacting those people. They cannot afford $25,000. They can afford a book. So that's how I transform people in another way with spending literally no time. Now, how could it be no time? Book writing is an illness. I admit to it. Yes, therapy is probably needed. I literally write books very quickly. They're in my head. I dictate books using the microphone in Google Docs. People have books transcribed. Why bother? You don't have to. Use the microphone in Google Docs. It's free. And then I have a really good editor. Right here in the room, Jocelyn. Get yourself a really good editor. They can take whatever you dictate and they can make it magnificent. And then my books get published by my publisher. My publisher and his company does marketing. They distribute the books to the bookstores all around the world. I speak on stages, the books are on Amazon, they're on Facebook, they're on my website. People buy books. That's not where I spend my time. I spend my time looking for my highest paying clients, identifying them, and then just performing those 3 activities over and over and over again with them. Got it? Anybody like, this is different? No? Good. Couple yes, couple no. And I love you sit next to each other. One's like, no, I know this. The other's I like that. That's good. All right. Now we're going to talk about a lead magnet. Oh, come on. Be cooperative. A lead magnet. How many of you know what a lead magnet is? Okay. So a lead magnet is something that leads people to engage with you. I have tested every form of a lead magnet out there, and there is only one that I find works magnificently. While I sleep, 24/7, brings in leads day and night and day, and I only had to do it once. How many of you have watched my webinar? Got to be more than that. Okay, better. I have a webinar that plays on my website, either Terry Levine or Heartrepreneur. You watch my webinar. It's not a sales pitch at all. It's value. By the way, if you watch it after what you've seen today, you're going to put a lot of pieces together. Even if you've seen it once, I recommend you watch it again. You watch the webinar? That's my lead magnet. I tried books, I tried articles, I tried guides, I tried templates, I tried long teleclasses, I tried live webinars, I tried teleseminars, I tried interviews, I tried telesummits, I tried podcasts, I tried blogs. If you name it, I've done it, because marketing is testing. Marketing is testing. And I have 5,000 clients, so I always test with my clients. Well, let's try this, let's try that. Let's try this freebie, let's try this for $1, let's try this for $10. 22 years, 5,000 clients, webinar. Webinar. Got it? Everybody say it. Webinar. It works. It just works. People like to watch them. What's the ideal time for a webinar? How many minutes? 45 minutes. Now this comes with testing too. Don't worry if yours is 43 minutes and 2 seconds. I'm okay with that, okay? 45 is the ballpark. We tested 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 1 hour, and 90 minutes. There's no comparison to 45-minute webinars. They get results. 45, 45, 45. And then you automate them so they play 24/7, and here's why. If I wanted to tell you what I'm teaching you today, I'd have to do an event over and over and over and over again. I do it once, it's on an automated webinar, you watch it 24/7 whenever you want. Watch it in Tahiti, watch it wherever you want. Tahiti sounds good. And then what happens from the webinar is what I call a collaborative close. I don't sell. One of my books is called Sell Without Selling, Lessons from the Jungle for Sales Success. It's actually one of my favorite books. It's a fable. How many of you know Mark Victor Hansen from Chicken Soup for the Soul? Great. So I was writing the sales book, and Mark Victor Hansen came up to me and said, no, you need to stop writing the sales book. It needs to be a fable. I go, I don't do fables. He goes, well, figure it out, because it needs to be a fable. It took me 2 years to figure it out, and he was right. It became not only a best-selling book, Barnes & Noble and Amazon, CEO Read, 800, there's like 20 places, and the book still, this was written like 10 years ago, it still continues to sell thousands of copies every year. And every time I get a royalty check, I go, thank you, Mark Victor Hansen, because I never would have gotten this if I didn't rewrite the book. A collaborative close is what I taught there, and a collaborative close is what I've been using. You know, when I say these ages like 40 years ago, I feel like, you started when you were like 5. Oh yeah, that's much better. I still did start when I was 5. Yes, I feel much better now. I invented what I call my collaborative close about 40 years ago. And this is how it went. I owned an art business. And they told me when you sell art, you're supposed to do this. Do you like that piece of art?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, it's a really good piece for you, so I really recommend it. So just write your name and your phone number here, and then give me your credit card, and I'll take your order. Uh-huh. Okay. And by the way, I would sell a lot of art like that. And then I would go home and I would throw up. For real. And after doing this for 2 weeks, I said to my husband, I can't keep doing this. I've got to get rid of this business. It's not working for me. And he said, well, what are you doing at the art shows? And I said, well, I talked to other people who owned art companies, and I'm saying what they said to say. And he said, it doesn't sound like you. I said, okay. So I had gone through sales training with one of the most famous older gentlemen on the planet, whose name I will not say, who wrote a lot of books on sales. Older gentleman, don't ask me his name. Can't tell you. And I had manuals, you know that shelf help? I had all that stuff. I took all of that stuff to the dumpster and I threw it in. And I went to my next art show and I laid out the art and I said, do you like any of these? Yeah. Are there any that you might want to go with? It's up to you. It's whatever you want to do. Yeah. Great. Tell me which ones and I'll be happy to write them up if that's what you'd like me to do. I walked out of that art show and this is back in the 80s. This is a lot of money. I had sold $1,000 of art. That's a lot of money in the 80s, in 2 hours. That's how long an art show was. I'm like, what just happened, right? And then I realized I was just being collaborative and just asking. And there was no pressure. There wasn't, here's the pad, sign the pad, give me your credit card. All that went away. So when I started coaching, the coach training school that I went to, will stay nameless, they said, well, when you talk to somebody, you should say, you know, I don't know if I'm the right coach for you. Why don't you go talk to 3 other people? And I went, you know, this is going to be the sixth business I've owned, and something doesn't sound right about that. Because if I go into Starbucks, they don't go, you know, you might want to go to Dunkin' Donuts and try their coffee and see what you think, and then come back. What doesn't make any sense? Then they also taught me this. Start out by doing free coaching. And I went, why would I do that? Because you're new. Well, you know, I'm going to a new doctor. And the doctor didn't say, come on in for free. I don't care that I have to pay for my medical school. Just come in. The doctor charged me the same fee that any other doctor charged. I said, I'm not going to do it your way. By the way, that's why I have 30 clients in 30 days when I started coaching. I didn't do it that way. I did this. I did a collaborative close. I'm doing a brand new thing. By the way, when I started 22 years ago, when I said I was a coach, people asked me, what sport, right? What team? It was like, coach was not a popular word. So I would walk in and I'd say, you know what? I'm so excited. I'm doing something new. I'm doing something different. I'm a coach. Let me tell you what that means because I'm so excited about it. And what I can do is I can help you with your business and we can take a look at where you are and what you want to do. And I'm just excited. I'm really trying to bring on some new clients and I wanted to make an opportunity. If it resonates with you, let me know. That was it. People go, how did you get 30 clients in 30 days? Will you teach us? Yeah, just like that. I said it to people. I said it to 5 people a day for 30 days. At the end of 30 days, I had 30 clients. It wasn't rocket science. But I didn't say, go talk to somebody else, see if I'm the right coach for you. And I didn't say, I'm coaching you for free. I coached you at a low rate back then. 22 years ago, it was $250 a month for 4 hours. Seems funny today. But that's where I started. You have to start somewhere, right? So that's where I started. Collaborative close. Stop trying to sell anything. Do you want to look at this? Do you want to see this? Can I show you this? Here's my blah, blah, blah. No. Why don't you have a party for me? Why don't you do this? No. Let them come to you, just like I do on Facebook. I didn't say, I need somebody for $50,000. Who wants to be a $50,000 client? Let me tell you everything you get. Did that post even tell you what was included? No. I told her on the phone, but the post didn't even say it was included. It's like, here's my credit card. Because I'm promising a result. I'm guaranteeing a result. Are you learning anything? Yeah. Are you questioning anything? Be honest. Come on. Good. You'll question more as the day goes on. I'm going to give you, in 1 minute, a break for 15 minutes. But you've got to give me 1 more minute. I'll try and give you lots of breaks during the day as I see you digesting things. Okay, So stop with funnels and stop with lead magnets that really don't do a good job of leads. And all my lead magnets lead to a collaborative close. And a collaborative close goes like this. They watch the end of the webinar. If they want a 10-minute session, how many minutes? 10 minutes. 10. How many of you have had a 10-minute session with me? 10 minutes. You may think, what can you do in 10 minutes? This is what I can do in 10 minutes. I have no idea if I can help you. Not at all. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your business. Let me listen and see if I can help you. At the end of 10 minutes, if I can, this is a collaborative close. I'm giving away everything. I offer a 90-minute session called a game plan. Game plan. If I think I can help you. So Tandra, I really think I can help you. What I can do next is spend 90 minutes with you on the phone. Normally I'm $6,000 per hour, but what I do in a game plan is I bring it all the way down to $250. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you value, strategies, tools, techniques, everything. Bring a notepad, get ready. A lot of people find at the end of the 90 minutes that they actually want to hire me and have me implement. And that might happen for you. That's why I do them for a low price. And then you can use the $250 towards working with me. I am not going to ask you to buy anything. It is not a sales pitch disguised as a strategy call, not at all. If that works for you, it's $250. How many people do you think after 10 minutes go into a $250 call that I offer it to because it's not right for everybody?
All of them.
Almost. 97%. You would, yes, I would love that. 97%, okay? 97%. And I do not pitch them at the end of the 90 minutes. The end of the 90 minutes, my summary is this, and I have given them customized tools, tips, and strategies just for them and their business. At the end of the 90 minutes, it goes like this. Oh my goodness, we've spent 90 minutes together. Did you get a lot of value? What are you going to implement? Would you like me to tell you how I can help you implement? If they say no, we're done. If they say yes, I tell them what that would look like. And I say, if that works for you, you can go into blah, blah, blah program. It's this much, and I take off the $250 that you invested for the game plan. Is that something you would like to do? If they say, I have to think about it, consult the stars, ask my husband, ask another strategist, ask a consultant, pray on it, wait till the stars align, what do I say? Awesome talking to you. I'm done. Do I follow up? No. They know where to find me. Okay? It would be like if you go into a Wegmans and you look around at the lettuces and you go, not sure. I'm going to go check out McCaffrey's and see how their lettuce is. And you walk out and they come running after you in the parking lot. Wait, our lettuces are really good. Let me show you more of our lettuces. No, I already tried your lettuces on. I don't need any more. Okay, so I let them go. And all I say is this. I wish you the best of luck implementing. And I truly mean that. Because 99% of the success is in actually implementing what you're taught. And that's where I hold my client's hand and we partner and we do it together. So I really do wish them luck. Because I know that most people are not going to be able to implement on their own. But it is not my choice. It's their choice. It's up to them. Totally cool, either way. Does that make sense? Yeah. Anything that you just heard resonating like, oh, I might take action on something I've heard in this first segment? Yes. All right, welcome back. Was that a good enough break? Short enough? Good enough? Quick enough? So I was saying to a couple people who came up and were saying, hey, this is good. I'm getting a lot. I said, I haven't started yet. So sort of like the warm-up, the intro to the real thing. But this is all really important because a lot of times people go to Facebook without having any of these thoughts in their mind. And they're randomly posting and randomly commenting. And I'll just share something that I saw the other day. And I can give a shout out to one of my business partners. It's on his page. So he had a post on his page, and people were commenting on it, and he was saying yes or agree or certainly. And I'm like, you're not engaging them in conversation. Have conversation with them. And he said, like what? And I'm an administrator on his page, and I said, watch this. So I went onto his page, and it was talking about if you're having a bad day, the 10 things you can do to have a better day. And somebody said, well, number 7 is what I like to do. And I said, why did you pick number 7? What was wrong with the other numbers? And what did you like about number 7? And what would make your day even better? The person wrote back a huge, long response a couple of hours later. Well, this is what's happening, blah, blah, blah. And one of the comments had to do with a hole in his business, and my business partner's a business consultant. So now it's me, the administrator. I'm writing back under his name. And I said, thank you so much for telling me specifically what that is. What are you doing to fix that hole in your business? I'm curious. A couple of hours later, the person, I'm just using one of the people's engagements, he writes back and he says, well, to tell you the truth, we brought in one of the top 4 consulting companies in the world last year. We paid them millions of dollars, and we still are stuck with the same problem. Now I type back, wow, I am really sorry to hear that. It's one of the problems that I see a lot when people use a consulting company that doesn't make a guarantee. I'm wondering, sounds to me like maybe we should get on the phone for a few minutes and chat. I'd love to help you. If you're interested, just let me know. It was pretty instantaneous. The little thing came back on Facebook and said, if you'd be willing to spend a few minutes with me on phone, I'd love to take you up on that. Boom, appointment set and scheduled. Most people go to Facebook with no intention. Oh, somebody wrote a post and I'll comment. Okay? Some of my posts that I'm looking for engagement on, you might have no idea. So I'm going to give you an idea. Some of you follow me on my Facebook business page, some on my friend page, some in my groups, and some in all 3. Did anybody see a post last week where I said, I'm feeling sad? I went to the doctor. How many of you saw that? Okay, post has lots of engagement on it, right? Because the doctor made some pretty ridiculous and negative comments, so I'm addressing that. Was I really feeling sad? Was I at home going, no. But I was like, this is a sad world that a doctor in 2017 makes these kind of comments. So why did I air that on Facebook? Did I need everybody to know that? Why did I air that on Facebook? Only one reason, to get engagement. I knew that a lot of people would resonate with what I was saying. I'd already made my decision. I'm going to another doctor. And I knew people would have an opinion, and it would be important to people that follow me. So I'm engaging people in that conversation. One person messaged me. Actually, take that back, 2. One that I already know and one that I don't. The one that I don't know messaged me and said, you know, I'm so glad to hear that you're just going to go to another doctor. And I'm so interested in the fact that you addressed on Facebook that almost everybody assumed the doctor was a man. They're all going, I can't believe he said that. Why did he say that? And, yeah, you were one of them. That's okay. And I said, it's a lady. It's a woman. In 2017, do we assume doctor means man? Apparently.
Well, we just figured a man would be one that would be not so like that.
Okay?
Yes, exactly.
So I found that interesting. And so this person said, you actually said that right on Facebook. And I said, yeah, that is my opinion. I am kind of surprised in 2017 that there would be an assumption whether it was a male or a female. I don't assume. If somebody says doctor, I don't go, oh, that's a man. Doctor, oh, that's a woman. Flight attendant, that's a man. Nurse, that's a woman. I just don't do that. I stopped doing that a long time ago, and I thought the rest of the world did. That is not putting down the rest of the world. It's just a belief that I was holding that clearly isn't true. And so she said, I was shocked you said that on Facebook. I said, I did. I didn't say, oh, you're wrong because you thought it was a man. I just said, wow, I find this to be really interesting in 2017 that most people jumped to, except for one gentleman who was on there with me. I can't think of his name, but he was going, you guys, you're all saying man. It's not a man. Why are you assuming it's a man? It's a woman. And he was really all over it too, right? You saw that. So what was that? Who said that?
He called me by name. Callie, why would you have
He did say that.
I got a little bit.
Yeah, I saw you got feisty right back with him. Good. So if you, I love that. If you look at the conversation, it creates engagement. Why do I want to create engagement? Create conversation. Why?
Increases your visibility.
It increases your visibility on Facebook. They begin to like you, know you, and trust you, but most importantly, it creates visibility. So as I teach you Facebook today, I want you to think about engaging with people. So you wouldn't just go, oh, hey, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad I'm sitting next to you, and say nothing the rest of the day, or I hope you wouldn't. I hope you'd get to have a conversation and say, what do you do? Where are you from? What brought you here? Do you use Facebook in your business? What are you looking to get from this? I hope you would engage in conversation. Facebook is meant to have a conversation, not just to throw up some old post that you don't think about. So everything I put up there is a reason and is strategic. Since Jocelyn mentioned RSD, how many of you, before you came here, knew that I have reflex sympathetic dystrophy? Oh, wow, more than I thought. Okay. So I'm going to mention this. So I do have a disease called reflex sympathetic dystrophy. Glad we don't have the video here today because I have trouble with the video. I got this disease 11 years ago from an orthopedic injury, and it's how most children get the disease. There is no cure for this disease. It's called the disease of fire, burning, or hell. It is the #1 disease on the McGill pain scale. Brain cancer is here, RSD is here. I won't even get into the kind of pain that RSD has. I'm a very strong person, mentally and physically. I have a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I was a professional UFC fighter. You know, how many people know what ultimate fighting is? Okay. In addition to that, I'm a professional race car driver of cars that look like Indy cars, small little cars. I'm pretty tough. When I got RSD 11 years ago, I was in a wheelchair for 11 months. I couldn't work for 18 months because I set up my business where it could function without me. We were just talking about that. Other consultants doing exactly what I do. My company continued to make money. I would literally scream for 6 hours a day because there's no medication that touches RSD until I would pass out. And my neighbors outside my house, and I live on an acre of property, they actually would hear me. The windows were closed. Yeah, I guess I will go there. I feel like I can trust this room. I just got the sense you're with me. I had decided to take my own life because I couldn't live with the pain, and I had asked every night, prayed to end my life, and it wasn't going to happen. And so one night I sent my husband out with friends to the wine library in New Jersey, which is a nice big trip. Yeah, right? I knew he'd be gone for a long time. And my dad used to live with us back then. He passed. I sent my dad out with friends. And before my nurse left for the day, I said, can you just line up all my pills at my nightstand? They're hard for me to get to. And so she did. And then I took my laptop and said, I'm going to leave a note. I want people to understand why I'm doing this. And I thought I was typing a suicide note. And I wrote a book called Magnetize. Has anybody read that book? Magnetize. And I went to read my note. And I was like, what? This is not a suicide note. I don't know where this came from. It just came. And when I read it, I realized there must be a reason that I wrote that instead of a suicide note. And I Googled RSD. And that's when I found out about millions of children who have this disease and who don't have funds. I'm blessed and fortunate enough that I did have funds, and I do have funds, and I could get treatment. Now, I did get ketamine treatment, which is elephant tranquilizer, poured it in my veins. It's $500 a day. The doctors only take cash. Insurance won't pay for it because it's experimental. And it's $500 a day for 14 days. Then you go back in 3 weeks for 3 more days, and then the rest of your life, 3 days every month. Most of these children's families cannot afford this. And I realized, Terry, this disease is your gift. You have a voice. You can impact a lot of people. You're supposed to start a foundation and help kids. Because I got a mission and a vision, I was able to get out of bed 2 days later. Now, I only stood for a few seconds, and I mean seconds. A few days later, I stood for 7 seconds, and then 11 seconds. Within a month, I took my first couple of steps. I still have RSD. It doesn't go away. I still have the same pain. I just learned how to live with it. I don't want your sympathy, and I don't go to Facebook for it. So if you see on Facebook me talking about RSD or the hashtag RSD, I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm creating awareness. That's the other thing you can use Facebook for, is awareness. We asked you to use the hashtag #HotPayingClients, and I really would like you to use that. I'm at Terry Levine's event, hashtag #HotPayingClients, to create awareness. So I'm sharing the ways you can use Facebook. So please, you will see a lot of this if you follow me on Facebook. The month of November is National RSD Awareness Month. The color orange, thank you those who have orange on, by the way. The color orange is what is worn to represent RSD during the month of November. So you will see me and others post a lot of videos in orange in support of those of us who have RSD. And anytime I hashtag RSD, it's just to raise awareness. So those are the two real things to use Facebook for, engagement and awareness. Is that clear? And thank you for allowing me to share a little bit of my story. I felt comfortable. All right, so the process of having these conversations from your webinar, I'm going to discuss because we're going to use this on Facebook also. The first thing says, have an irresistible intrigue offer. Most people don't have an irresistible offer. Would you like a free consult? Would you like a demo? Would you like a free strategy session? If I did free strategy sessions or demos or consults with everybody who offered them to me, I would never have a life. Okay, I could just go on a coaching website, like from the International Coach Federation. I could find thousands of people who would coach me for free. I don't want demos. I don't want consults. I want an irresistible offer. Like, I really have to check that out. So what's kind of irresistible is, I'm going to do 90 minutes with you. I'm going to give you everything I have for 90 minutes. I'm going to help you create your entire plan for next year. Strategies, actions, every single thing. Customized just for you. Instead of $6,000, it's $250 and you can apply it towards something. Is that irresistible? Clearly it is, because lots and lots of people say yes. I just explained the benefits of my help. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get a complete strategy session. You're going to get the best of my brain. And I absolutely know what I'm talking about. I've been teaching it. Then I'm going to explain why I'm giving it for free, and in my case, at a reduced rate. The reason I'm doing it, I'm very transparent, reason I'm doing it is most people who end up doing a session with me actually do decide to hire me. It's not a sales pitch. I am not selling. However, most people go, you know what, Terry, this is great. Can you help me implement? You don't have to do that. I'm not going to sell you anything. It's fine with me if you don't. If you do, you get $250 off. So I just explained why I do this. Number 4 is the big one. Take away the fear, because here's what people are thinking. Oh, right, you're going to sell me something. You give me a free something. Oh, I know what that is. Yeah, come over and do a free consult or give me a free, oh, I know, not just a sales pitch. So I'm really clear. This is not a sales pitch in disguise. This is not a sales pitch in disguise. Tell them that. I'm going to give you the best of the best of the best. I had somebody who wanted to sell me some kind of cleaning products for my home, and I don't remember what they were. And she said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over and I'm going to clean your house and I'm going to use this product and you're going to see this and then this product. And she went on and on and on. And I said, and what are you going to do at the end? And she said, nothing. And I said, you're just going to pack everything up and say it was a great day and you're going to leave. No, the company has a special. Now, when you buy, I said, right. So I can tell you in advance I'm not buying because I use all natural organic products in my home and nothing else. So I wouldn't be buying products with chemicals. I actually don't even want them used in my home, so I wouldn't even want you to come in and use them. She went, oh, okay. But be honest. You know, if you're going to offer something, I am. So I say to them, yes, I'm going to make you an offer if you want. If not, go implement on your own. It's not a sales pitch. It's 90 minutes of value. Clear? Okay. Then use in your offer what's called risk reversal. How many of you know about my triple lock guarantee? Yes, you do. Triple lock guarantee. It's an I pay you if you fail guarantee. This only comes because I spent $800,000 on false experts. So the first thing is, I guarantee that you will get results. Otherwise, you get all of your money back. Number 2, I actually pay you $1,000 in addition to your money back if you fail. How many of your coaches, consultants, strategists have paid you if it didn't work? Any of them? Mine haven't. And the triple part is you have to do the work. You can't just go, yeah, well, I bought it and it didn't work. Okay, well, what'd you do? Oh, it didn't work for me. Great. Were you on the coaching calls? Well, no, I wasn't able to make them. Okay, well, that's a problem. Did you go into the educational library and use the tools and the templates and the resources? No, I didn't log in. And by the way, we know every time somebody logs in and how long they're logged in. I know what you download. I have somebody who works in my company. Some of you have heard this. He was with the CIA. He can break into anybody's Facebook site in about 11 seconds. And by the way, he showed me. He can break into any bank in the United States and pull up all your social security numbers and your banking information in about 11 seconds. And he showed it to me. Okay? So he goes into the educational site and runs reports for me. And he does the same thing with our teleclasses. So how many of the teleclasses were you on? Well, I watched all of them. Really? I can tell you how many you watched and where you watched them and how long you watched them. So the only reason I do that is I want you to do the work. Why? I want you to get results. I want you to succeed. I don't want you to buy a product, a service, and go, this water thing was supposed to be great, but it just didn't work for me. Well, did you drink it? Well, I did have a sip. I did have a sip. Yeah, I did. I tried it, and it didn't work. I want you to get a result. Use it so you get a result. I know factually, 5,000 clients. We stopped counting last year, so it's more than that. 5,000 clients got results. You're no different than them. You have to do something now. It doesn't happen from osmosis. Like, oh, I hired you, and so I thought, dun, da, da, da. It doesn't work that way. So I will pay you if you fail, because I know if you do everything you're supposed to do, there's no way you're going to fail. Does that make sense? Yes. So risk reversal, you don't have to use that. You can do something like this. Frank Kern, who's one of my friends, Frank Kern does this. You're going to get on a strategy session with somebody from my team. It's going to be an hour. We're going to create massive value for you. And at the end, if you don't think we did, we'll pay you $100. Okay? I can tell you, they create massive value. I've sat and listened to some of their calls. They do a great job for somebody who's in that kind of a business. All right? You don't have to pay $100. You can pay $5. You can say whatever you want. I recommend that you do some kind of risk reversal because people are afraid you're going to try to sell them. And then there's a takeaway. My takeaway goes like this. First, I speak with you for 10 minutes because I don't know if you're ideal for me, and I don't know if I can help you. By the way, that's all true. So we're just going to talk for 10 minutes. At the end of 10 minutes, I'll tell you if we can go further or not. Is that fair? So I take away any, oh my goodness, you're selling me into a session. Let's chat for 10 minutes, see if it's a fit. Does that make sense? Okay. And then finally, people have to qualify themselves. So during those 10 minutes, they're qualifying themselves, and then they also fill out an application. We got an application in a couple of weeks ago. The person qualified in a 10-minute session, filled out the application, and on the application, one of the questions is, are you willing to make an investment? It doesn't say $1, whatever. Absolutely no. I don't really work with people who don't invest in themselves, not because I want their money. I don't care about their money. But people who don't invest in themselves are people who don't take action and people who don't make changes. I can't help that person. So got in touch with the person and said, we're going to cancel your 90-minute session. We've already refunded the $250. It's not a fit. We just can't create value for you. So that's my qualification. If somebody does qualify, it's because they filled out the application. We looked at it and we said, yes, that's a person I can definitely help in a 90-minute phone call. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Does that make sense? Yes. Yes. Okay, good. I got one yes. I'll take that as the rest of the room is like, yes, that all makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm.
I'm confused. You haven't filled out an application before you have a 10-minute conversation?
So I do 10, then 90. Most people in this room, not everybody, doesn't do that. They fill out this to have a 90-minute. Okay. So I do a 10-minute, then they still fill out the form for the 90. If I was just doing one, because I have a two-step, if you just did one, I would do all the same things and make them qualify for that initial one. Does that make sense, Donna? Okay, good. All right, and everybody clear so far? Okay. So when you go to Facebook, you want to think, what can I say that's irresistible? Not, I'm having a really shitty day. How many of you see that? Like you go to your Facebook feed and it's like, oh, good Lord, right? I have a cousin, I love her to pieces, and her Facebook posts are so strange. I was feeding Logan peanut butter and jelly and he didn't like it. Okay, I don't even know how to make a comment on that, right? And how about the people who, no matter what you put, they like it? Somebody's dog just died. I'm like, did you read the comment? Have you ever seen those, right? I call them the Facebook likers. They just, you put anything up and they like. I have one person that I'm pretty clear will like almost every one of my posts, and I don't think they've ever read them. Because there's some things in there that you shouldn't like. You should put an angry face or something like, okay? So I want you to be very, very astute when you're thinking about Facebook. I want you to think, what's something irresistible that will engage people in conversation? People are curious, so they're curious. People like controversy. Now this is totally up to you. Politics, sex, religion. They create a lot of talk on Facebook, and they can create a lot of controversy, and they can create a ton of engagement. That's up to you. That's up to you. I'm not saying to do it or not do it. I know a lot of people will tell you not to do it. I'm not telling you that. I'm going to say it again. I am not telling you that. You have to decide how you want to engage with your audience. And this is just me, I choose not to discuss religion because so many people have so many views, and I believe in everyone's religion because I believe it's a personal right. I choose not to discuss politics because there are so many views and it happens to be pretty heated in 2017. So I choose not to get into those debates. I also choose not to get into anything sexual because there are, again, so many different feelings and belief around anything sexual. And so I just stay away from those. I'm making it real clear, I'm not advocating that you do. I have clients that know that their audience will engage with those and they want to engage them. So you're going to just be sensitive to your own audience. Whatever you put up, I want you to first think, would this intrigue someone? Would it intrigue someone? Would it pull you in? Would it be of interest to you? Don't just post to post. We're not posting for posting's sake. And then, what can I say or do to engage someone? What can I do or say to engage someone? I'm going to share some statistics as the day goes on about Facebook, and I'm going to just tell you a little bit about why I chose Facebook. So, social media, I started playing with all of it about 6 years ago. So people said, LinkedIn, business connections, go to LinkedIn. How many of you know if you're connected to me on LinkedIn? Raise your hands. It's a pretty good amount, good. So I went to LinkedIn, and I started to get hit up in my inbox with people looking for jobs. And I'm like, that's not my audience. My audience own their own businesses, and they're not really looking for jobs. So I don't think LinkedIn is the right thing. However, I do use LinkedIn to invite local people to come to a seminar. So it has a place for me. Then I went to Twitter. And for me, it was like, oh my God, the feed. There was just like, and it became a lot of promotion. Go check out this and my clothing line and beauty products. I was like, oh my gosh, it was overwhelming. It didn't resonate with me. It just wasn't my thing. I'd been on Facebook because I'd been communicating with my friends and family, which, well, that was the use of Facebook, right? And we were having a good time. We'd have conversations. And then one day I thought, I wonder if I can engage prospects on Facebook. And so I put up an intriguing post. I put, if you want to know how to earn 7 figures, I have the exact formula. Say yes, and I'll email it to you. Several hours later, I went to Facebook and I had 177 comments. And I went, Facebook might have a few legs to it. And then I started to look at other posts and how to engage people. And then Facebook added a lot of bells and whistles. And then because I was such a big Facebook user, I became a beta tester. I actually am beta testing 2 new products for them. How many of you know about the virtual reality goggles that Facebook is coming out with? Kenny, you and I talked about that. So I got to beta test that. It's pretty freaking awesome. And it's much cheaper than a lot of the other goggles. Like Google thought their goggles were going to rule the world. Ain't so. Google also thought that YouTube Live was going to take over the world. Ain't so. It's Facebook. And I'll show you the statistics and the data. I just want to tell you where this came to be. So I started putting up more and more engaging posts. And I started sending people from the posts to Messenger. And we started messaging. And then we started this phone call situation. And all of a sudden, I look at how much money was rolling in the door. Where are the people coming from? Facebook, 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 Facebook. I was like, this is ridiculous. Now let me start studying the algorithms. Let me create a system. And so 4 years ago, I started to actually create the first beta test system. And I took some clients, 112 clients went on that journey with me to do what's called edge ranking. How many of you know what edge ranking or edging is? A lot of you, because you're in my group. So let me explain what that is, because we're going to talk about that today. Your business page, by the way, how many of you have a Facebook business page? It used to be called a fan page. Okay, great. Your business page only gets seen by 3% of the people. 3%. And it's going down. Last year it was 7%, the year before it was 10%. Facebook has it set right now at 3%, next year will be set lower. Why? They want you to advertise. Facebook is a for-profit business. They give you a free business page in hopes you will advertise. Their plan 2 years ago was to charge for business pages and to charge by the number of followers that you had. So those of you who think it's a great thing to have tons of followers, rethink it, because it's still on the table. They're not sure yet. Right now they say no because the ad money is going so well. But they're going to show it to less people. So maybe next year it'll be 1%, who knows? So every time you do a post on your business page, you're probably not going to get a lot of likes, comments, and engagements. Has anybody found that true? Mm-hmm. No, business page is separate. I'll be showing you when we get there. It is not a group. It's actually a business profile page, and I'll show it to you. It used to be called a fan page, and you can get likes and followers on there. So people are spending all this time and money on business pages and posting on business pages that almost never get seen. That's a waste of your money. How many of you have ever done ads to get more likes or more followers? Raise your hands. You wasted your money. Doesn't show it to any more people. I got into this engagement thing with somebody. Some of you are LPW coaches with me, right? I don't know if you saw the little conversation going on, but somebody's like, no, I just got like 12,000 likes and now it'll be shown to more people. No, it will not. Trust me. I do consulting with Facebook. 3% is their number. I believe Facebook, not some expert who's telling you it's more people. It's 3%. Facebook doesn't care if you have 10,000 followers or 300,000 followers. They show it to 3%. And the only 3% that see it are people who are liking, commenting, sharing, and engaging. So if I'm on your business page and I liked it because you said, hey, Terry, like my page, and I did, or you put a sponsored ad in front of me and I did, and I don't engage, I don't ever see your posts. You wasted your money. It's a waste of money. So I want you to remember it's got to be engagement. So what edge ranking does, and I started doing this 4 years ago with 112 clients, is we're going to like, share, and comment every single day on each other's posts. And there's a group of us that do it. So guess what happens? You do a post, and there's whatever, 15 of us that all like it, react, comment, and share it. Facebook goes, that is a very engaged page. It's above average for engagement. We're going to show that page to more people because it's clearly a very good page. You can get up to as high as 10% with no ads being seen. Okay? Liking, sharing, and commenting. And by the way, this is the order, the algorithm that Facebook ranks them in. Commenting is number 1. Sharing is number 2, because it showed it was popular. Number 3 is a reaction. Okay? So if you do all 3, and you have 10 or 20 or 30 people doing it for you, Facebook goes, wow, you must be a really credible expert, because every time you post something, everybody wants to like, share, and comment. You must be amazing. And they automatically increase your visibility. That's the secret sauce that almost nobody talks about. So a good friend of mine, Dean Hankey, said, oh, I read something where Facebook says if they find out your edge ranking, you can have a problem with your page. And I'm like, really? So I've been edge ranking for 4 years, and that hasn't happened. But I check. Don't forget, like, I'm a nerd. I'm a Facebook nerd. So I go back and I say to Facebook, you allowed to edge? And they say edge ranking has been very popular for about 6 years. We're very well aware of it. We don't really care how people get likes, shares, and comments. Our algorithm just knows that they're getting likes, shares, and comments, and therefore the page becomes popular. That's what I thought. Okay, so you want to learn edge ranking. That's a whole separate topic. I just want to mention it. That could be a whole course in itself. Right, Nan? Where are you? Yeah, that could be a whole course in itself. So imagine that I want to get attention. And imagine I know my ideal target audience. And imagine I call them out. Coaches, consultants, speakers, trainers, authors. Would I get their attention? I might start to. I didn't do anything irresistible, but I told you who I want. If you're not one of those, you probably don't need to read the post. If you're my niece or my nephew, you're probably like, oh, I don't need to read that post of hers, right? It's not that important. What happens if I put a hashtag in front of hashtag coaches, hashtag consultants, hashtag speakers, hashtag trainers, hashtag authors? Is that important? Yes. Do I have all yeses, or anybody think maybe not? That's so glad that you brought that up. What's your name? Janet. Thank you, Janet. That is a fallacy that I wanted to crush right here and right now. 2 things you need to know. Facebook sorts data based on hashtags. It is their sorting system. Started out with Twitter. It has become more popular on Facebook than Twitter. By the way, I don't know how many of you know this, but Twitter is up for sale, and Facebook doesn't want it. So I don't know how much legs Twitter will have. You all know LinkedIn was sold to Microsoft, right? Who owns Instagram? Facebook. Facebook, okay. Do you know what the #1 search engine is? Used to be YouTube, because YouTube and Google were combined. Do you know what it is now? Facebook. More than Google. Passed it last month. Do you know why? People search by hashtags. People search by hashtags. The world is changing. We're not necessarily searching in a search engine. The world searches by hashtags. The other day, I wanted to buy shoes. How many of you saw my shoe post? I have my new shoes on, by the way. It's all about the shoes. So I went to Facebook and I put hashtag Dansko, kind of shoes that I wanted. And all of a sudden, I came up with the Dansko page, then I came up with the Dansko outlet, then I came up with Dansko directions, then I came up with Dansko hours. I had all the information I needed on Dansko. Unfortunately, my husband will say. Very unfortunately. That's how people are searching. So I've heard people say to people, oh, well, hashtags aren't for Facebook. It's wrong. Hashtags are really important on Facebook. And it's how Facebook categorizes what to show. So if I hashtag coaches, Facebook goes, this is important for coaches. Facebook reads hashtags. It's in the algorithm. So when I put hashtag hot paying clients and I ask you to use that, what does that do?
With Facebook and the algorithm, it's going to figure, oh, this is important.
So it tells Facebook, wow, a lot of people are doing hashtag hot paying clients, hashtag hot paying. We better categorize anybody searching for the words hot, paying, or clients over here to who? Terry Levine. And you, if you hashtagged it. And you. How do they know? Because if you're hashtagging hot paying clients and you're saying you're at my event, it's become my hashtag. Because it's attached here.
What it is, you're the last one using it?
You guys if we use it in bulk, that's a great question. If we use it in bulk all day long, I'm at Terry Levine's event, or I just learned this, hashtag hot paying clients, you start to get attributes on your page, and since you're mentioning my name, I get attributes on my page. So you tag my name as well.
So should we post it on our own page?
Yep, you always post on your own page. You always post on your own page. I'll do everything on the computer for you. Don't worry about it. Anytime you take a photo in here, anytime you take a selfie, you take a photo with me, whatever it is, hashtag hot paying clients, Terry Levine's event. Or just my name. And you'll get attributes and I'll get attribute, and Facebook will categorize you. Now be careful on what you pick. Don't pick something that's so ridiculously generic as your hashtag that it doesn't really help you. So I saw somebody the other day who hashtagged the word expert. Well, so I went and I said, well, what's under the hashtag expert? I found bridal experts and floral experts and funeral director experts. So you just want to think strategically. What's a good hashtag? And you want to make one up with your name or your business that's just branded to you. What's my hashtag? Heartrepreneur. Hashtag Heartrepreneur. If you later search in Facebook when we're online together and you do in Facebook search bar hashtag Heartrepreneur, you're going to find me. Okay? You will find me. That's how people search. So my business partner at Business Consultant Institute, his name is Pete Winarski. His hashtag that I created for him a few years ago is hashtag Pete Wins. He has a great last name to make a hashtag from. Pete Wins. So I don't have to tag his name, I just do hashtag Pete Wins. Pete and I did a lot of events from Business Consultant Institute called Business Consultant Institute Mastermind. That's a mouthful. So we started hashtagging BCI Mastermind. If you look in Facebook and hashtag BCI Mastermind, you'll find photos from all of our masterminds. Okay? So it's really interesting because as I've been watching this over the last couple of years, Google was the #1 search engine. Then when they bought YouTube, they were the biggest search engine, but really YouTube was bigger than Google. Okay? And now it's Facebook, and Facebook has big plans in the next 6 months to do more than just maintain being the biggest search engine. They have actual plans in place to kick Google's butt search engine wise. By the way, I own Google stock also. I just happen to root more for Facebook. So you want to think about a hashtag for yourself or your business. And check your hashtag before you use it. I always say to clients, put the hashtag in the search bar of Facebook and see what comes up. Because if something real creepy comes up, you probably don't want to use it. Somebody's hashtagging something, because this has happened before. It's like, oh, this is a great hashtag, got a part of my last name. Awesome, check it out. Oh, don't want that. So I have to state a couple facts about this. I'll show you how many fake profiles there are in a little bit on Facebook. And it's overwhelming. But I will also tell you, there's a lot of porn stuff on Facebook. Some of you may have porn. So be careful with your hashtags, I'm just saying. I have a male client of mine that was so sure he had this really cool hashtag, and it sounded cool. I thought it was cool too. And I said, just what I say to you, check it in the search bar. And I was on the phone with him. He went, oh my God. And I'm like, what, somebody's using it? He goes, porn people are using it. I'm like, okay, let's not use that. Let's use something else. So, I'll show you pictures as we do the afternoon. So you just want to be really conscious and conscientious when you choose a hashtag. Make sure. I noticed somebody 2 months ago who hashtagged Heartrepreneur to themselves. You saw that, right? And I know him. And I didn't say anything. Oh, you guys did. A whole bunch of people who know me are like, hey, dude, that's Terry Levine's trademark, and it's her brand and the name of her company and what she's been doing for years. And he's a friend of mine. He's like, oh my God, I didn't realize. He called me instantly. He's like, I'm taking it down. I said, you don't have to take it down. It's okay. I said, you just can't use it in the future. If you were, you'd have a cease and desist order, and I don't want to go there. But he's like, Terry, I didn't know. I'm like, I get it. You had a like-minded concept and a like-minded word. I just came up with the word sooner, that's all. And so we're on the phone, and we came up with a new word for him. You saw his new word. He's got a new word. He's doing a new program, and he's hashtagged it. It's totally cool, okay? But I did have someone, I have Heartrepreneur Radio, which plays on iTunes and also on iHeart, and also on a station in Florida. I had somebody start a Facebook page called Heartrepreneur Radio, and I checked my hashtag. I checked Heartrepreneur, and up came Heartrepreneur Radio. I don't have a Heartrepreneur Radio Facebook page. So I contacted the person and said, hey, you're going to need to take down the name Heartrepreneur. You can't use the name. It's trademarked. You're not allowed to use it. And the person wrote me back some real nasty message, and I said, I'm being real nice. I'm going to give you 48 hours. Just please take it down. It is trademarked. I can send you proof of trademark. You can't use it. You're infringing on my trademark. If you don't, I will have my attorney come. I really don't like to do business this way. Can you just please use another name? And then they did. They took it down. Okay? Check your hashtag. Okay? So if somebody just else decides to use hashtag Pete Wins, I have loaded so much hashtag Pete Wins stuff there, he owns it. Okay? No one's going to get Pete Wins, trust me. He's probably got 10 or 20,000 posts under hashtag Pete Wins. So once you claim a hashtag, use it a lot. Use it a lot. So you come up with some irresistible intrigue offer, you put a hashtag in it, and you think of what could engage someone from that. How could I have a conversation with them? So let me explain the overall goal. The overall goal is not to converse with people on Facebook. I'm going to say that again. It's not to have a conversation on Facebook. It's to have it on Facebook Messenger. By the way, another Facebook statistic. I love Facebook statistics. Do you have any idea, I kind of gave it away, what the #1 tool today is that's used for texting? It's Facebook. It's not your cell phones. And carriers are freaking out because you can send messages with Facebook, right? On Messenger, Wi-Fi, whatever. It costs nothing. And they were charging you to send messages on your phone. Well, Facebook figured that one out too. So no, we'll just get them to use Messenger. And what's Facebook putting in your Messenger now? Anybody seen these? Videos of what? Yeah, but what is Facebook putting in? Ads. You get a choice when you do an ad now. Do you want ads in Messenger? You're getting ads in Messenger, and you will. You get them in LinkedIn as well, and you will. Don't forget, these are businesses to make a profit. They're just not social networking sites because they want everybody to be happy and kumbaya, okay? They're to make a profit. So Messenger is ridiculously amazing. Now, I changed my system a little, so I'm going to tip my hand for some of you who follow me and have heard some stuff. I used to say, engage people personally on Messenger. So we'd be in a conversation, Dee and I'd say, hey, I know a solution for that. Do you want some help? Message me. She'd message me on Messenger, and I'd say, why don't we chat for 10 minutes? Here's my calendar link. And then we'd go through that, and we'd go through a collaborative close. Now, Facebook has what are called bots. What's a bot? A robot. Who said that? Lorna. Awesome. Yeah, it's automated messaging. And there is a little tool that I love, 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 and some of you are using my little tool right now. I think you may know it. Some of you may not. It's called ManyChat, M-A-N-Y, the word many, and chat. How many of you are taking my 6-day e-course right now? You don't even know it. There's so many of you that are. Nan, you're in it. Yep, thank Cammie, you're in it. And you get messages on Messenger, don't you? Yep. Right. I'll explain it. That's a great question. It's very similar. I did a 6-day free course, which took me a long time. I wrote up the course. I programmed the course. And then you can get the course delivered in your inbox, or you can get the course delivered in Facebook Messenger. And we've had a lot of people choose Facebook Messenger versus email. I prefer that because then I know it gets through. Email has spam filters, people delete things, don't even realize they deleted it. So what happens in Messenger is we programmed everything we can think of. So it might say something like, welcome Jocelyn, day 1, so glad you're here, you're awesome, you're amazing, click the link below to get started. She does.
Today's the day. Today I'll show you how to find people happy to pay your high ticket price.
It's all programmed in. She does that lesson, it says, way to go, awesome. We even have you gotten to the guy cheering yet? Has anybody gotten to that? I got a little video of a guy cheering when you get far enough.
And there's a little girl running around in circles.
Oh yeah, my little girl running in circles is programmed. So every day as you get the course, and there's a 5-minute homework sheet that goes with the course, because it's about implementation, I cheer you on, it's all in the butt. So instead of me having all these private conversations like I used to, because I wanted to take a lot of people in this program, this just drives people in all day long. Just drives people in all day long, and my bot is engaged with them. And by the way, every day for about 5 minutes, I go in and I look at who's on the bot, and I see how interactive people are. I know who's doing the lessons, I know who isn't. I know who my implementers are, I know who aren't implementing anything. And the bot sends me a report every day. This many people engaged, this many people are on lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, and it's all programmed for almost any response. Because I had somebody put in a really odd response late last night, and I thought, we didn't come up with that response. Wonder what the bot will do. And the bot said, you didn't do your homework. You need to go back to lesson 1. And I thought, that's exactly what I would have said. So we programmed the bot good enough. All right, so I highly recommend ManyChat. And when I teach you the system in the afternoon, I'll actually show you all of this, and you'll see how people are being driven right to ManyChat. Okay?
Terry, when we were at your house, you showed me to click the messenger when I'm sending my post it.
Yeah, so when I teach it, yeah, I'll teach it when I post this afternoon, yeah. So there's a button when you post, and I'll show it to you this afternoon on the screen. When you put up a post on Facebook, on your business page, there's a button that said, click this button, which will then say, see the it'll say messenger in your post. So when I post something and it says blah, 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 it'll have a message button right there. So people can message. And you want to engage people, so you always, on your business page, use the message button. Your whole purpose is what when you post? Engagement. And Messenger is engagement. It's how you communicate with people. That's a good question. So just keep these things in mind. It has to be some kind of an irresistible offer. It needs to have a hashtag. And it needs to be planned out. You don't just go to Facebook and go, what should I post? Oh, Terry offered me a purple pen today. You want something that's going to get engagement. I specifically posted about this incident with my doctor going, this is going to bug people the way it bugs me. And clearly it did. It was instantaneous when I went there, and I got text messages to my phone from friends. Change your doctor, get rid of that doctor, don't let a doctor talk to you like that. And I was just like, I get it. You know, I'm gone, I'm not gonna go back. And I love that my tribe, the people I resonate with, also got it. So it's also a way that I can feel people out. Who's with me?
Actually, it really is interesting. One of my friends, who she and I go back and forth, commented on your
I saw that.
And I thought, is that cool or what?
Yeah, so what happens on the post, as Nan was saying, is other people started to engage who don't even know me. Like they were friends of hers and friends of other people. Like, you tell that doctor, okay? Is anybody intrigued and want to know what happened with the doctor?
Yes.
Okay, so what did I create? Intrigue.
Kept asking, what happened?
All right, so I'll tell you. Do you want to know?
Yes.
All right. I went to the doctor because I had to have a physical. It was required of something that I'm doing. And when I went to the doctor just for a physical, my doctor has decided, she's very young, and she was an RSD specialist, only to work in nursing homes now. So she's not there. So this is her replacement. So I said, she said, do you have any concerns? I said, yeah, I really have one. It's really bothering me. She said, what is it? I said, in the past 2 years, I've gained 15 pounds, although I don't eat differently and I work out the same. And I don't feel comfortable and I'm not fitting in my clothes. And she says, it's better that you have extra weight because with osteoporosis, you were so frail that when you fell, you would have broken all your bones. So get used to looking like this, cuddly grandma. Thank you for the reaction. Wait, it gets worse. It gets worse. Okay, so this is me. Gets worse. Ready for this? Then she listens to my heart and she said, do you know you have a heart murmur? I'm like, no, I never had one. Well, you know what? Your heart, it's been ticking for 59 long years. It's getting very tired.
She won't be in business long.
Okay, so you're kind of appalled, right? Okay, so thank you for letting me share that. So I went to Facebook and I shared that because I knew I would get just what I got here. I'd get those kinds of reactions, and then I could engage in conversation. Look, I'd already made up my own mind. I'm getting the heart murmur checked out this week, getting an echocardiogram. From what everybody that I know has told me, I have a lot of doctor friends, it's nothing, and sometimes they hear a murmur once and they never hear it again. Don't worry about it. I said, I'll go. I'm getting it checked out. And they said, and what are you doing with the results? I said, sending it to my new doctor. Sending it to my new doctor, okay? So go to create engagement. When I talk about RSD, and you will, if you follow me, you'll see a lot of that in November. It won't be like, oh, poor Terry. Sometimes I post about RSD, and people go, oh, I'm so sorry you're in pain. I didn't say I was in pain. I usually don't say I'm in pain. I'm telling you because I'm engaging in conversation and creating, what's the other thing? Awareness. Why do I hashtag RSD? For awareness. It's an orphan disease. Not a lot of people know what it is. I appreciate now that through Jocelyn, we've educated the room, and I hope you will educate others. That's really, again, paying it forward as a entrepreneur. It is becoming more popular, unfortunately, more common. Alex. You'll see me do it.
When you respond to the RSD post comments, it's putting the bot in the chat.
No, on the comments on Facebook, that's you. Commenting is always you. The bot is in Messenger.
But you send them, are you I thought this was always send to Messenger.
I only send them to Messenger if they look like somebody I want to do a 10-minute session with.
But not for the RSD.
For the RSD, I don't do 10-minute sessions. I'm just looking for families to help, and I'm looking to spread awareness. And sometimes I'm fundraising for a kid in our foundation. I am right now. We need $18,000 to afford a treatment for her. That's good. Yes? Mm-hmm.
Now, entrepreneur, nobody's going to search on entrepreneur unless they know.
They're going to search Heartrepreneur for a few reasons. We have 19 books being written under the Heartrepreneur brand, and they already have foreign rights. So people will search Heartrepreneur to see what other books are out there. We also just had a big TV shoot that's under the Heartrepreneur brand going. They'll have a context.
Some contact.
Yep.
So when somebody's assigning themselves a hashtag, it should be something that makes sense if you see.
It has to make sense for you and individualize you. And then when we use it over and over and over and over again on Facebook, it will start to connect with things that you post. So you don't want to hashtag necessarily a word like expert because it's way too generic. But if, let's say, you wanted to work with somebody who's a business expert, you could hashtag BizX, and you could start using that over and over and over again. And that will eventually go under the category of business experts as Facebook watches what people are searching for. There's a huge strategy around hashtags. It could take like a day in itself. So strategically, I help people figure out the hashtag they should use.
What about the hashtags that are embedded on pictures? Are they readable?
Nope. Hashtags on pictures on Facebook are not readable. Great question.
Do you recommend that images be named hashtags?
Nope. Images don't need hashtag names. Yep, in the back.
Do you recommend using GIFs or animated images instead of flat images?
Yes, so we'll talk about that, particularly in comments, not in your posts, in comments, using a moving image creates a bigger response. These are the ways responses go on Facebook. The number one response is video, live video. The number two response is video, which is not live. And the number three are action movements. Number four, pictures. The lowest ranking are all words. The lowest ranking are all words. I'm going to show you all this in a little bit. How am I doing on time? Good. So my recommendation is don't get real overwhelmed in all the Facebook questions because you're going to see me do all this. And I'm going to help you do it on your computers and I'm going to walk around and do it with you. But if I want to call out the perfect people, I could hashtag, I could say, attention, hashtag coaches, hashtag consultants, hashtag professional service providers. Breakthrough webinar. Why do I say webinar? What is that for me? Automated lead magnet. Breakthrough webinar teaches you how to have a high ticket program. And then I would hashtag hot paying clients. Okay, so just notice it's very formulaic. It's really formulaic. Call out the right people, tell them what they're supposed to do. And a lot of times we don't need to tell them what they're supposed to do. So what do I mean by that? Sometimes I'm just looking for engagement. So sometimes I might just say, I went to the doctor, blah, 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 feeling sad. I know that's going to get engagement. Because what had happened in this room? You all went, oh, right? I know it's going to get engagement. I don't have to say something like, comment below, or what do you think? But sometimes I do. And one of the worst things you can do, and I see some of you do it, is type yes if you agree. Facebook barely counts yes as a comment. Type like if you agree. Okay? That's not really a comment. Facebook is looking for a comment. They're looking for a like, a reaction, a wow, a love, a comment, and a share. So I will tell them what to do. So the other day I did a Facebook Live. I barely had a voice. Anybody see that one? I've been having this voice thing for like 2 weeks, and this is the best I've been in 2 weeks. Thank you. So I went and I barely had a voice. I meant to go for 20 minutes and I got on a rampage. I was there for like 40 and it's had about 1,700 views or something like that so far. And what happened as I was doing that is I wanted to make sure that people shared this because it was a very important message. So I told them what to do. I told them in the description, please share the video. That's why it has 1,700 views. People watching it said, oh, Terry wants me to share it, and they shared it. Sometimes I say things like, comment below, ask me your questions below. You guys, I need to see some likes or some wows, so I could stand up here. We're going to play. You're all Facebook right now. You're on my Facebook audience. You're watching a live video. So thank you for the heart. I already got a reaction. Thank you very much. So I want to know who's here. If you're here, type your name. In this case, raise your hand. So that's my first reactions. If you're excited that I'm going to actually show you on my computer, walk around and help you on your computer to do my exact Facebook strategy, give me some love.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I do in Facebook Live. And here's what Facebook Live does. The first thing that Facebook Live does is it notifies people that you're live, not like your business page where 3% of the people will ever know you posted something. It goes, Terry Levine is live. You ever see the little live previews pop up, right? So it gets your attention. Nothing else like it. Now here's what most people do. They go on Facebook Live and they do one of these two things. One is this. Hello, is there anybody there? I'll wait till people are here. There's nobody here. Okay, well, when you guys come, then I'll start talking. What? Of course. When Facebook is going, well, they're not getting anybody to watch, so what do? Facebook stops engaging. It's nothing. Or they do this. They go on and they go, hey, it's Facebook Live, and I'm here with you, and today I'm going to tell you about my day, and da-da-da. Anyway, have a great day. Facebook had no time to get you an audience. So Facebook says, live is like a webinar, 30 minutes. And people go, oh, what will I talk about? How will I possibly do 30 minutes? So I thought we would go live. I have no idea what we're going to do. Does anybody in this room know what we're going to do? This is just how I go live at home. I have no idea what I'm going to do. So let's see. What should I hashtag? Any ideas? Oh my God, I have the most brilliant audience. So I'm putting in hot paying clients. What could intrigue them to watch? Go ahead. We'll talk about that when I do setup. Yes, it is. It is all public, and I'll tell you why after. So what should I say? I have no plans. Help me. Oh, where am I? So I'll tag the location. So I'm hitting check in, and I'm going to tag the location, Bluebell Country Club. What else? Perfect. Hot paying clients. Who said that? That was excellent. Thank you, Karen. With 60 of my friends. Might that intrigue anyone?
They're going to be sorry they didn't come.
And here's why. Is that curious? And we're going live. And I may have some of you in with me. You don't have to fix your hair or your makeup. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, I'm glad you tuned in. And yes, I really am with 60 clients. I know it's unbelievable. But I thought I'd come and see you too. And we got some funky colors on my iPad today, but that's okay. You're with me, right? All right, say hi, say hello. Tell me what your biggest problem is and your biggest challenge. And I want you to know I've got a whole group of people here. So pass it around and say quick hellos. Make sure you're in it. Let them know who you are.
Everybody, I'm Donna Spina. Terry, what page is that? Hi, Christy Kirk.
My business page, Terry Levine, Heartrepreneur Terry Levine. Oops. Okay, so we pressed Siri by accident. So we're just going to get rid of Siri.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Jack.
So I have a question for the audience. Why are you all here with me today? What's happened so far?
We learned how to get hot paying.
Should everybody who's not here be here? Yes. Why did you choose to spend a day with me? Why me?
You're awesome.
Results. How much money do you guys want to make this year? $1 million, $1 billion. Anybody here going to give money to charity?
Yes.
Thank you. Any particular charities?
Terry Levine's RSD Foundation for Children.
Thank you. I heard that. Any other foundations? Any other charities you guys like? Laurel House.
Survival Code.
Beautiful. So I have some really like-minded people. They like to share, they like to give money away, and they like to make money. Do you like to make money? If you like to make money, comment. Do you like to make money?
I love making
Say hello.
money.
Tell them that.
Hello, I love making money.
Do you like making money? Like, do you really want to make serious money, like a lot of money? Well, do the hashtag hot paying clients underneath. Put your name and do hashtag hot paying clients. I'm going to send you a gift just because you tuned in and you're watching here with us, because I'm in a gift giving mood. Look at all these fabulous people. Aren't they beautiful? Wave hi. Wave hi. They're beautiful. Everybody carefully, without tripping on the cords, come up behind me so I can get lots of you in the video. And I mean everybody, even people hiding in the back of the room. And I'm going to have you one at a time. Going to get you some exposure. Jocelyn, come on in. This is Jocelyn Jones. She's our MC for the day. Jocelyn, tell them a tiny bit about your business.
I'm from JR Marketing Partners, and we also use relationship marketing, showing people how on social media to find their perfect audience.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next. Who's next? Somebody step up. Awesome. Fabulous. It's cool. Somebody step up. Somebody next. Come on. Keep it moving. We got to do it quick. Who do I have with
Workout
me?
with Wendy. I'm the fitness director here at Bluebell Country Club.
And she's phenomenal. Next. Come on in. Come on up.
Hi, Susan Carby. Thanks for having me today.
Susan,
Love
what do
it.
you do?
I do marketing for an insurance company.
It's awesome to have you. Thank you. Who's next?
Hi, Karen Sachs. I'm the marketing muse. I'm a growth and retention business specialist, and she's teaching me a lot.
Awesome. Thank you. Who's next?
Hey, it's Dee Hample at Dee Hample Consulting. Thanks, Terry.
It's awesome to be with you.
Hi, I'm Bonnie. I coach people on finances.
Awesome, Bonnie.
Hi, I'm Alex Stanbach with Stella and Dot here with Terry. Looking to give back, and I'm a vendor here as well, and also finding some hot paying clients. Thanks,
Woohoo,
Terry.
you're welcome. Hot paying clients. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Lorna Levy. I teach Law of Attraction at School of Manifesting, and my clients actually get results. Come over to School of Manifesting.
It's awesome, by the way. Thanks, Lorna.
Hi, I'm Bryn Tillman, Chief Learning Officer at Van Gressem. We teach people how to leverage LinkedIn and social selling to grow their business.
That's awesome. I
Thank
need
you.
your LinkedIn help. Thank you. Who's next? Come on in.
Hi, I'm Judith McDowell, and I work with brides, and I create Tiny Stories wedding favors.
Oh, look at that. That's
Yes,
awesome.
thank you.
Thank you.
I love it.
I bet they love it. All right, next. Hey.
Hi, Terry. It's Angela Jo Manieri. I am an author, speaker, and a presentation stylist. And I help people stand in their power, discover their voice, and share their story. Because everybody has a story.
We do all have a story. Thank you. I'm coming back here out of the sunshine.
Good morning. This is Tandra Bowers. I'm with Caldwell Banker Preferred, real estate agent, hashtag suburb living.
Yeah.
And I'm with the wonderful Terry Levine. She's amazing.
Thanks for
Thanks
being
so
here.
much.
You're welcome. Isn't this fun? You're getting to meet my whole crew. Why aren't you here, by the way? Type me an excuse. See if I buy it. Tell me that you're in Malaysia or something, okay? Because if you're anywhere in the U.S. and you're not here, you're missing networking with these great people and you're missing this info. But glad you're here for right now. Who's next?
Hi, I'm Candy Haza.
Candy, what do you do?
I help empower people with their career, their life, and their relationships with my signature program called Sacred Soul Map.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And thanks for being a sponsor.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here with Terry today. Paula Saberwall, Cardamom and Curry, hashtag Realties. We ship them around the country. Thank you.
And they're awesome. Thank you.
Hi,
Hi.
Terry. Hi, this is Edita Schwartz. I am helping people to transform their lives and make changes and change their self-limiting beliefs on the subconscious level through hypnotherapy, through Psyche. So it's all wonderful to be here to share this
It's great
knowledge.
having you. Thank you. Who's next?
Hi, I'm Beth Blumberg, and I am here to learn more strategies to help my clients who I help with their social media and organization, so that I'll be able to take Terry's strategies and help them be even more successful than they already are.
Awesome. Pay it forward. True entrepreneur. Hi, how are
Dougie. Nice to
you?
meet everyone. It's my first time at our event. Love it already. And I am a coach, author, and speaker, and I teach people specifically how to get the mentor of their dreams, fast, fun, and for free.
Oh, I love those
Yeah,
words. Good to have you.
Hello. Helen Ober here, Empowered Living. All about empowering women with courage and confidence. Loving
It sure
today.
is. I love you, Helen. Hey, Rachel, I see that you're here. So Dr. Rachel Bright is in the house. Rachel, will you share this? By the way, for everybody in the room, you can like, you can comment, you can share. This would be a good time to like, comment, and share.
Hi there, Marie McElroy from Engrain Design. Excited to be here.
Great to have you. Come on in, Nan.
Hi, Nan Woodward here, and I'm really excited. We're learning a lot of stuff, and I hashtag hot paying clients. You can find us all on Facebook today. Have a good one.
Awesome. Who's next? Who's next? Here we go.
Hi, I'm Angel Say, gratitude to greatness.com. Come see me for getting unstuck and for moving forward in your life and knowing all the possibilities.
That's awesome. Thank you. Hey, Jeremy, good to have you. Jeremy, do me a favor. Share this video. We've got about 60 of my clients all together doing Facebook. Hey, how are you? Good.
Hi, I'm Rena, and I'm excited. I'm going to be with Terry on TV on Wednesday.
Yay!
And I'm a little sore because I just ran a marathon yesterday.
That's right, you did. And you're walking. Way to go. Good job.
Barely walking.
She's here. All right, who's next? I have a lovely couple with me. Let's see if we can get them. Here we are.
We're Rob and Cheryl Adams. We work with couples, helping them to discover their destiny and to grow wealth.
It's great having you. Awesome. All right, I need everybody to shh. Shh. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. So, I'm still on Facebook Live. Go onto your computers. Okay? Don't panic. There's Wi-Fi codes all around. I'm teaching them and you're getting to learn. Jeremy, Dr. Rachel. What I want you to do is I want you to share the video. I want you to comment on it. I want you to like on it, and I want you to react on it. And I'm going to show you how you get a video to go viral. How many of you got in the video with me? How many of you didn't get in the video with me? You should have, because what did I do when you got in the video? I promoted them. By the way, whoever's watching, I'm happy to promote you as well. So, go ahead and put your business name. Dr. Rachel, Jeremy, let me see your business names. And if you have a hashtag, put it. And if you know my hashtag, put that. And today we're using a special hashtag, and it's hashtag, what is it? Hot paying clients, because that's what they're learning. They're learning how to get hot paying clients. Now I have a special surprise for all my Facebook friends. Last minute we did decide to do videotaping with Joe Manzo, who is phenomenal, and he's in the house. Thank you, Joe. And so you're going to actually get an opportunity to see what we're doing here. Hi, Michael. Good to have you join. I just saw you messaged me. So, Michael, pass on our live, share it, get it out there. We just had a ton of people come up and be in the live video. How many of you was it your first live? Hands up. First live, first live. Okay, we've got an assortment of people. By the end of the day, they're each going to do a Facebook Live. Now you just found out. I see Alexandra watching. Awesome. So what we're doing is we're showing how to use Facebook Live. Everything I'm doing is teaching them in the moment. This afternoon, gang, listen up. This is important. This afternoon, you're all going to need to be on the Wi-Fi. And what we're going to do this afternoon is I'm going to actually show them how to create their own groups the right way, how to create the right posts, how to engage an audience, and how to use Facebook Messenger to get what? Hot paying clients. Do I have like the best audience? Hang on, I'm going to show you my audience. Oh my God. Are they amazing or what? Like, they're freaking amazing. I'm so blessed. I'm so fortunate. I get to be here all day with phenomenal people sharing and doing what I love and loving what I do. And I thank you for tuning in and watching Facebook Live. Gang, how long do we stay on a Facebook Live? 30 minutes. Did you know that? Do you have any idea why? Comment below. Let me know if you know the answer. Oh, I see a roll here. I'm sharing my knowledge, right? And that's what you do on Facebook Live. Did I have a plan when I came here? No. Who said yes? No, I did not. All of a sudden, I saw my iPad. I was talking about Facebook Live and said, oh, I'm going to go over to Facebook Live. So I had no plan. Did I know what I was going to say? No. Did I have a script? No. Did any of you know I was going to ask you to come up? No. And then I just randomly said, hey, let's go on. Hi, Angela Joe. So all I did is say, I'm going to go on. And then I thought, I want to promote people who are here. And I want them to show up. So you can put your websites, you can put your hashtags below. Anyone who's watching, be a part of the energy, be a part of the action. Like I said, if you live in the US and you're not in the room, there was no excuse. And then I'm going to break some news to you. And everybody in the room is going to get the news. Are you ready? I made a decision yesterday, and I shared this with one person. Where's Helen? Helen's back there. Yesterday I said, this is going to be my last This is my last free event. Hi, Candy. This is my very last free event. And what I did this event for free for is to raise funds for the Terry Levine Foundation for Children with RSD. If you don't know what reflex sympathetic dystrophy is, go over to Terry Levine Foundation for Children with RSD.org. Watch a video. If you don't cry watching the video, you're not human. I'm serious. So what I want you to do is I want you to understand that I've been doing some free events. How many of you have been to my other free events? Yell it out. How many? Okay. No more. No more. Nope, it's truth. And I'm telling you why. It took 40 hours. Helen said, stop it. She told me, stop it. It took 40 hours for me to come up with the content. It takes a team, thank you, Michael, for tuning in, a team of people to build an event like this. It takes a Sunday to set up a room like this, doesn't it, Helen? Joe, where are you? It takes a Friday to get the room started. I don't think people really understand how much work goes into an event. And I love doing them, and I'm happy to do them. And I did this one for free. Normally they're $1,500, asking people just to help out the foundation, because we have a kid. And possibly we can help with $18,000, and it's my goal to raise that $18,000. It's my purpose right now to raise an additional $18,000 fast. So that's why I did this one, hoping that people would see the value and instead they'd make a donation to the foundation. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. I have kids that need their money. So anyhow, it's my last free one. They're going to go back to $1,500. Probably going to do one more before I go to Mexico in December. I'm not sure. I'll have to have this room convince me. Anybody want another event?
Yes. Yes.
We'll see. I see some loves. If I see some more loves, maybe. So that's the story. And we're going to come back in the afternoon, and a lot of them are going to be doing lives. And I want you to watch their lives. These are my friends. I want you to get to know my friends, and I want you to do business with my friends. You see, entrepreneurs, pass it forward. We do business together. We like each other, we trust each other, we know each other, we're authentic, we're transparent, and we have integrity. If you have all of those things, I want you to pass it forward. Thank you for commenting, Karen, Lorna, all of you. Hashtag hot paying clients, right? You guys are amazing. And I want to thank my audience, because without them, I wouldn't get to do what I do, get to love what I do, and get to continue to pass it forward. So I thank all of them, and I thank all of you who tuned in, and I do ask you to share this video. Have you ever seen anyone who allows everyone to tag their own businesses, ask you to put in your websites, create your own hashtags, and who wants to promote you? That's what I do, and that's what you can do. Pass it forward. Bye for now. Okay, so it's always on my business page. It's Entrepreneur Terry Levine. It's my business page. You'll just see me do this later. I'm now posting it. My request is when you see it, so it's already posted on my page, you share it. And I'm going to show you how this will go viral. Did you know we were creating a viral video? Did I have to have an agenda and go, what am I going to talk about? I have no idea what to talk. Oh my God, I better write a script. Have you ever seen anybody on a live that you think is a script? Yeah. I have. Many. Have you seen people talk from outside where you can't even hear them? Yep. I see somebody very, very often, he's standing outside and there's traffic and there's cars. I'm like, what is he? I want to hear him. He sounds valuable. What's he saying? I don't know. I'm going to teach you one other fun thing that you can do. I love watching these. One other fun thing that you can do. Get a little whiteboard. A wipe-off whiteboard. Use the right markers, the wipe-off markers. Hence, yes, I did the wrong ones once. And what you do is you start your Facebook video holding that up and waving it around. Has anybody ever seen me do that? I do it. Okay, why? Because when you're scrolling in someone's feed, you look like a talking head. Talking heads aren't that interesting. Did you notice how quickly I wasn't a talking head and passed it around and was holding it up to capture all of you? A talking head is kind of boring. Now, I'm doing it as a webinar, so sometimes I've got to tell you content and I've got to be like this. But in the very beginning, I might hold something up. I did one not that long ago. It said, Terry Levine Foundation for Children with RSD, please help. Looking for kids. And in that case, we're actually looking for another child to help because we just had a very large donation from a corporation. And so I started the video waving it around. Sometimes I start a video like that. Has anybody ever seen that? I do that quite frequently. Why? That gets people's attention. Like, what is that? Think about disrupting people. They're on Facebook. You have to interrupt them. Go, no, no, don't look at anything else. Look at me. Look at me. Look over here. Look at, and you have to get their attention. Most people are not going to stay with you for 30 minutes. That's okay. Your goal isn't, I got you there, now I have to keep you. You can't go away from me. Your goal is, I just want to get you there. I want to get you there. And if I say something that resonates, hopefully get a comment, get a like, get a something. And then later, and you'll see me do this, I'm going to go into that video later, and I'm going to respond to every single person, and I'm going to teach you how I respond and how I'm going to start a conversation and engagement. So some of you are already in the room that responded, and I'll engage with you, and then we'll engage with anybody that we don't know, and I'll teach you that. So what I just did is I set up a Facebook Live so I can teach you this afternoon the benefits of how to use a Facebook Live. Was that helpful for anybody? Yes. Okay, why on my business page? Your business page only gets 3% of the people viewing. Why didn't I do my personal page, which gets 20%? Why didn't I do a group that gets 100% notification? Trick question. To prove a point, to funnel them. Do all of them? Who said do all of them? Yeah, pretty much. Good answer. So what I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm going to share that page on my personal page and on all my groups. It's shared from my business page so that people then see my business page and can link back and also follow me there.
They know about your business.
Exactly. If I did it on my personal page, they don't know anything about my business. If I do it in a group, I'm just reaching that group and no one else. Some of mine I do for just groups. How many of you are in my client groups and you see me do videos that are just for you guys? Those are closed groups for just you. And then I'm going to teach you groups as well. Let me address one other thing, because Facebook is getting very, very, very serious about this. If they start to see a lot of business content on your personal page, it's not a personal page. So about 3 years ago, they started to identify that, and they didn't really spank anybody for it. It's just they started to notice it. They're talking about actually spanking people, and I had a client recently, and I kept telling him, you're putting too much business stuff in your personal page. You need to put more personal stuff, and he didn't listen. They removed his personal page. Took his whole profile, and they won't give it back. When they remove it, you're just done. It's a violation of their community policy. There's a couple things you might not remember when you sign up for Facebook. One is they own all of the content that you put there. Everything. You put a photo up, you don't own the photo. There is a TV commercial that features photos of babies, and all of those photos were given to the TV company, paid for, and they're Facebook photos. Facebook can put your children up there. Can be your child. You signed that. When you set up and agreed to their terms of service, you agreed all of the content that you post there is owned by Facebook to do whatever they want, and they pay you nothing. So I see people putting up, including my nephew, children, and they're naked, and they're cute because they're babies, and I'm like, not on Facebook, dude. Not on Facebook. They don't go there. If there's something you don't want people to know, you probably don't want to put it on Facebook. Okay? Okay? If there's something you want everybody to know, you probably want to put it on Facebook, right? So I didn't use this doctor's name, and I don't need to. But in the summer, I used a restaurant. Did anybody see my restaurant post? Ugh. So let me tell you that story. Because this gives you the power of Facebook, and I want to make sure you have this before we go to break. So my husband and I went to a restaurant down the shore in the summer, which is where we stay in the summer. And they came to take the order, and I said, I have a lot of food restrictions. I don't eat gluten, I don't eat any carbs, I don't eat any processed foods, I don't eat any sugar, I don't eat any dairy, I don't eat any meat. Other than that, I'm good. I said, can you work with me? Yes. So I ordered fish, there's a salad bar, and I said, can I just get some steamed broccoli? I'm not getting the potato and the rolls and one other thing, so can I get steamed broccoli? That'll be $3. I said, that just doesn't make any sense. I'm giving up 3 things. I'm asking you for broccoli. Can you just check? I'll check with the owner. And I see her. She does. And the owner says, it'll be $3. She comes back and she says, oh, I can do the broccoli for $3. I said, can I just ask you why? She said, yes, we would have to make it in the kitchen, and we'd have to take it out of the kitchen. Didn't make sense. Whatever. Now I walk up to the salad bar. The third item I see is broccoli. You know me by now. I put the broccoli on a plate. I go to the waitress, excuse me, you just bring this in the back and ask the chef to steam this because I'm not using extra food. I'm using food that's already here, so it costs $0. Steaming it would cost nothing. I'll ask. This poor waitress, she's like, oh, I didn't want to ask. She comes back, she goes, it'll be $3. Oh my gosh. So the people at the table next to me go, are you kidding? We're hearing your conversation. I go, guess they're not kidding. He goes, well, we're never coming back. I said, well, what they don't know is that I'm about to expose them on social media in not such a good way. Because I'm really thinking this is like not good treatment. I'm about heart to heart, connect. How can I serve you? How can I help you? What can I do for you? What's the result you're looking for? Let me give it to you. This is not working for me. This is the whole reason that I have the Heartrepreneur cause. So I say before I do this, I'm going to give them an opportunity. I say to the owner, I just want to express to you that we've enjoyed our meal. Oh, good. I said, as a matter of fact, we go out quite frequently, and we go out with groups of 11 once a week. And we were going to bring 11 people here, probably bring them every 2 or 3 weeks, and we would come quite frequently because the food was good. That's wonderful. I said, we're going to, operative words. It's a little ridiculous to charge me $3 to steam broccoli that you already have. No, it isn't. I said, can you do me a favor? Can you bring me the rolls and the potato and the corn? Yep, I'd like all that. I paid for it. She brought it over. I asked the people at the table next to me, do you want me to box this up so you can take it home? They go, we don't eat it. I said, well, I wanted to make sure they spent their $3. So I just smashed up the food on my plate, and I took a photo of it. I went to the salad bar, I took a picture of the broccoli, and I went to my friend, Facebook, and I posted about the restaurant, and I used their name. Then I went to the restaurant's Facebook page under reviews, and I posted about it and used their name. Then I went to Open Table. Then I went to Yelp. Then I went to Google. Then I went to Yahoo. Then I asked people to share it. And the next morning, I got a phone call from the Atlantic City paper, the press. This is Sarah so-and-so, and I was supposed to go in and review that restaurant this week, and instead of me spending the time and energy to go, can I just use your review and your photos? Sure thing. And then it went in the newspaper. This is why you don't want to mess around on social media. So then I get a phone call after it's been in the newspaper. Now the owner has a phone call. We'd be happy next time to give you the broccoli. I said, there isn't a next time. You had an opportunity, and I said, not only did you have an opportunity 3 times, I even went directly to you. That's like 4 times. I said, all of this over $3. I said, I'm trying to prove a point, because I teach social media, of the power of social media, and you will be my example every time I speak and in every book that I write. And you might just want to Google my name. And the name of the restaurant, do you remember? It's called The Library in Egg Harbor Township. Don't ever go there. There's new owners. Write that down. The library, Egg Harbor Township. So if you do something good, hang on, if you do good in the world, I will promote the heck out of you on social media. The heck out of you. Just the way I did all that. Oh, I went to TripAdvisor on them also. I just remember. Just the way I took them down, I prefer to lift up.
But, Terry, is that an example of social media, or is that just an example of customer service? I mean,
So
it
it's
seems like he was
great question. It's a she. You're right.
Run into all kinds of interesting women.
Well,
don't
there's,
you?
oh yeah, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So it is an example of poor customer service and then what could happen on social media as a result. How viral social media is. Now, if I go to a restaurant and have a good experience, which I have had, you'll see that on Facebook. I'll be like, you have got to go here. I just got the best service. I'll take photos and do the same thing. So I'm telling all of you to think. Because everything you do in the world can happen on social media and can be reported on social media. So I'm going to give you one more, because this is a really funny one. A client of mine took a day off from work and said that they were sick. I didn't know this. They weren't sick. Anyway, they said they were sick. They went to a Phillies game. And they got on somebody's Facebook Live from the game. And weird coincidences happen in the world. Their employer actually saw it. They're somehow connected with this other person. And they got fired. So I say to people, be very careful, because the whole world is watching now. The whole world is watching.